In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for the podcast.
Just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast. What's up, everybody? It is that time. It is the Freedom Friends Podcast. He's not getting us today. Oh, as always, fuck boys.
You know what's better than being one finger into a Jameson? One finger into a producer.
I'll give you $1.
He's going to give me the dollar.
Shit.
Son of a bitch.
As always, we are the Freedom Friends. I am Mikey Fahey. Across from me is the talented old man himself, Mr. Scott Jansen. Next to him, the incomparable Jazz Broom and the always sexy John Simons.
Oh, thank you.
And we are the Freedom Friends. What's up, everybody? How are you?
God damn it, I'm still alive.
Yeah, dude, we haven't died yet.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
But there's still no zombies. Fucking
Right? What a
bull-
fucking worst apocalypse ever.
shit.
I'm
And
still
because
waiting.
there's no zombies, that means that we are still coming at you not even close to live from the Warfighter Tobacco Studios here in...
Rainy San Antonio.
there you go.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see the point. I looked out the
Doesn't
window.
matter. Nobody watches this show. It's
Yeah, right? Nobody wants to
fine.
see
Nobody
us.
saw where I
Shit.
pointed. Could have totally gotten away with that.
Yeah.
We have like 4 views on YouTube. Nobody fucking cares. But
fuck,
God damn
man.
it, I do want to say it is outstanding to see you guys.
I know, right?
This whole work from home thing.
Dude, a lot more challenging than I thought.
It's the mental game.
It's what it is.
It's totally different. Like Mikey and I work together. So, you know, it's
Right.
it's 2.5, 3 hours or whatever, and then you go outside, you smoke and joke for a little bit, you go back in, you're around other people. You kind of get that break. When it's work from home, like you don't, and then I don't know about you, but for me,
You can't give yourself a break.
right, I don't want to like go and like,
I feel guilty.
I don't want to
give
go
myself a
outside
break.
and like
Yeah.
chill for a minute or like go
Right.
to the kitchen and do something or whatever because I'm like,
Or just get up from the podcast and go
yeah, just fuck
Just
off.
get up
Like,
and fucking walk.
no, I think.
turn
Oh,
off
is
the
that what it
air.
was?
Yeah. Good looking out, John. Good
You don't
looking
want to
out.
do any of that, so
I was about to go off on a production team. Like, what's up with all this fucking static? Like, oh, just kidding. Just kidding.
yeah, because somehow I feel like guilty that I'm not like at my computer, like sending an email or on a conference call or like whatever. Because I'm like, fucking hey, I'm doing more work at home
I feel like that little
than I do
girl,
in the goddamn building.
I
I
feel
know,
like that
it's
little
fucking
girl
crazy.
in the video that tried to suck start the Nerf gun. You know?
That poor kid.
That was funny.
Did you see the one? You see the one with the little boy that does that, but he shoots himself in the dick.
Have you ever seen the meme that was made out of that where he dances?
Yeah.
That's the best.
Oh, that's great.
Dun, dun, dun.
So I'm gonna go ahead and kick this one off because I'm sure this is gonna sound boring as fuck. Scott,
Yes.
how was your weekend, buddy?
I actually had a great weekend.
Did you? Oh, fucking by all
good.
means, fucking lay it on me.
Please, we need it.
So Friday evening, I packed up my quarantine camper and I went down to the river and I quarantined outside camping by the river.
You know what? I saw some social
yeah,
media
dude.
posts of that. And,
Good for you.
And the best
I believe
part
you
about
posted that said, "Am I social distancing right?" And it was just like cigar in the river behind you.
yeah,
like-
that was the day before when I went on my motorcycle. But
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
yeah,
Quarantine's tough.
Yeah. It's real tough on Scott over
you gotta
here.
figure this shit out, you know. No, it was good. No fucking cell phone reception.
That's the best.
Yeah, it was
Fuck,
nice.
That's the best.
Had some friends come down because you can't quarantine alone, can you?
But we did it right, though. So, like, I went down on Saturday. And so we went down there, hung out. And then, I don't know, about half an hour after everyone kind of showed up, everyone grabbed a chair. And we sat 6 feet apart in the river on our chairs.
Yeah.
Smoked cigars, fucking drank, brought the dogs.
To include the dogs.
Yeah, the-
sitting
I
on
was
the
just thinking
chairs.
about that. Some of those bigger floaty things are like huge. Like some of
Yeah.
those like giant flamingos and shit that you can like ride.
Sure.
If we got some of those, went to the river, got on the water, those things like they're like 4 or 5 feet wide.
Yeah.
Even if they bumped up against each other and you were sitting in the middle, you're still 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
That's totally
The only
social
time-
distancing.
When
Absolutely.
you're passing the bottle of Jameson around, that's the only time you break the rule.
No, so here's my solution. We'll put that shit in like a blender bottle. We'll just throw it to each other.
There you go. Either that or what you do is
Because you can't have glass on the river anyways.
I want to get a little like a koozie for a JMO bottle, except
I have
it's
one.
a life preserver.
Oh.
Like you strap a little life preserver to your bottle.
Well,
Speaking
as long as
of,
as long as your bottle's not open, it's not going to sink.
That's true.
That's true. That's very true.
That's how you do the whole message in a bottle thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ask Sting.
Yeah. Sending out an SOS.
But have you guys seen this fucking tumbler lid?
Yes.
Oh,
So you know, like
the
the
flask
tumbler,
cap.
and you put it on there.
Yeah,
and
I
then
have one.
We talked
it's
about
fucking
this.
amazing. I use it when I golf.
Fucking hell! I
It's
just
the
saw the
greatest
video
thing
of it,
ever.
and it holds like 5 ounces.
That
of
must have been the
fucking
episode
booze.
he
But,
was
all right,
missing.
so the
Must have
shot,
been.
I know,
so
right?
the shot that
It's
when
half
you
an
push,
ounce.
it's half a shot. Yeah. Yeah. So you got to push it twice.
Oh darn!
Oh,
I
darn.
get to use the cool gizmo twice.
Yeah,
you know
but
what?
it's fucking awesome. I have 2 of them at home. They're fucking
downfall,
great.
Fucking hell.
The downfall of those lids, they're like the morphine button when you're in the hospital. You can only push it so many times, and you can't get any more for a certain amount.
The biggest downfall is that they only make the 20 ouncers. They don't make them for like these, for like
Oh.
the big 30
I don't think
ounce
that's
ones.
true because I just saw their Facebook ad come through my Facebook,
Unless they just came out with them.
and those were definitely fucking larger.
Nice.
Larger
As they
cup.
should be.
And then my wife found one that fits on top of a fucking soda can, like any soda can. So you can just take like a Coke, and you put it on top of the Coke.
You couldn't in my mind, you couldn't possibly get enough shots to fit in the top of a soda can to
Fill the can.
adequately dilute the Coca-Cola
Yeah.
with enough booze
I'm a
to
big
be effective.
I'm a big
I'm not saying
half
it's
and half
perfect
guy.
yet.
Yeah, at least half
I'm
of
not
that.
saying it's perfect yet.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
They're
I
on
like,
the right
I
track.
like the direction they're heading.
See, I think it would be more effective if you got like one of those that put a shot of Coca-Cola in like the Jameson bottle.
That'd be dope.
That'd be the better mixture.
There you go.
Speaking of
Defeat the
Well, that's
purpose.
what you do
probably.
is you fill the flask cap with soda and then
then
fill
the rest of
booze
the
in your
whiskey.
tumbler.
So 5 ounces.
That's how you
a
nail
little
it.
strong.
5 ounces of ginger ale in the cap.
Nailed it.
And then like 3/4 in the cup, and then you just like, hold on, I just need just a touch.
I'm good.
Just a touch.
It's all good. Yeah, I use
that's
it-
good for
it's called
5
flask cap.
refills.
I use it when I golf. It's one of the greatest inventions ever.
It's
Flask
amazing.
cap, give us money.
Or just some lids. We'll use them on
Yeah,
the
dude,
show.
fuck yeah,
Boy,
yeah,
it's
sure.
fucking Jesus.
Yeah, I need a lid for my glass of Jameson to put more in it.
That too. Fucking awesome. So you were with them on this little weekend excursion then.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm not gonna ask you how your weekend was.
It was great.
Oh shit.
But
Mikey.
I did smoke a brisket to bring down.
Well, that was good.
Nice.
And it was probably the best brisket I ever did. And I thought I royally fucked it
Oh,
up.
what the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Did you touching stuff? Why did
Hey.
you just ghost out?
Fuck
Yeah.
boy.
Quit touching
nerds,
things.
nerds, you're muting us.
We're fixing stuff while breaking it.
Fucking.
Mikey,
How'd you make that brisket?
he smoked it in a
On
Traeger.
a Traeger?
I did, but
Because they should give us money.
Traeger,
Yeah.
give us fucking money. This brisket was amazing. Best part about this brisket is I threw it on about 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And I used some grill your ass off gunpowder brisket seasoning.
Shit's delicious.
Fucking amazing.
give us money?
Yeah.
Yeah. Grill your ass off. Give us money.
You know what? Don't give us money. Just come be on the goddamn show.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
right?
Yeah,
You're right up the
So
street.
our dumbasses keep inviting you, and every time you say yes, and then nobody reaches out.
Yeah,
They're just
right.
like, hey, fucking, let's have him on the show.
Yeah,
I know.
Like, because he's actually a super good dude.
yeah,
yeah.
awesome
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. One of them gave me a piggyback ride once while wearing a costume.
Well, I think that's
Can
on video
confirm.
somewhere.
Oh, it is. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of an
I was
interview. Matter of fact, Jack Mandeville is interviewing Dan Eric, and in the background is me riding behind him, like, woo, like on a guy's back.
No,
and then
because you
walk-
run by and then I casually stroll by with a cocktail and just like raised the glass and just like kept on walking, like because he took off with him dressed like a
hilarious.
fucking donkey.
Yeah.
and I was like, God damn it! And he,
He
like
was
started
like-
running too,
Well, he
and I
was
was like,
I'll give you a piggyback ride. I was like, yeah, sure. I didn't know he was gonna sprint.
Yeah.
and he's fucking
motherfucker
whoop,
took off.
and I was like, oh shit.
And I'm like 4 cocktails in at this point, and I'm like, I'm not fucking running.
Well, I've been hanging out with Scott at his table, just pouring fucking straight booze.
Oh, it was great.
Why was
We showed up at that fucking table, and I was like, "Is that all your booze?" And he was like, "I don't know. They just put it here so that people could drink it." And I was like, "Fucking hell!"
I did go make some strategic trades though. and
Yeah.
got the good stuff.
I got those.
who is the,
I got
who is
those
the winner-
half naked chicks to give me ice.
Who was the winner of the raffle?
The guy who stole it.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
Yeah.
nice.
What an asshole. If you're listening to this, fuck you, bro.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Mikey,
Hi.
my bearded love muffin.
Oh,
Whoa.
you. Oh, You know just the right thing to say,
I can,
Jazz.
I can totally tell that you guys, the social distancing that's been going
It's
on,
fucking getting to us.
It's taking a toll.
It's not
We're on a
been good.
conference call this morning, and Jazz just goes, Mikey, I miss you.
Well, we already had this whole thing sorted out because our wives are training together for Mammoth. So we have this kind of pool going on whether or not they're going to come back from Mammoth and just kind of go like, we don't need you two anymore. So if you could just fuck off, that'd be great. And if that happens, Mikey and I are just going to get married for the tax break because we think we'd be like the best roommates fucking ever.
Or the tax break.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and the butt fucking.
And that too. Like, I just want to know what that mustache tastes like.
all butt fuck all the time.
So, wow. I have questions.
So
Lube, John.
Who's the top? Who's the bottom?
I'm a power bottom.
That's what I was thinking.
There'd be some struggle. There'd be some struggle.
It's struggle cuddle.
Some struggle snuggle. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a power bottom, but a strong slap. I'll let the audience riddle that one out.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jazz went to art school, so he knows all these terms. The rest of us are like, I don't know what a slap is.
I'm just laughing.
You'll find out. You'll find out.
Mikey's going to come in one episode and he's going to be just a totally changed man. He's like,
comes
boys,
like, yeah, I just
boys,
like-
I found out what a slap
Guys,
is.
I just kind of thought I like wearing pink now. It's weird.
I bought a tiger. I don't know.
Fuck. No, we'll get to that.
Holy
Holy
talking
fuck,
about
will
that.
we get to that?
Jesus.
Speaking of used to be a
But,
man, that leads me to a quick story. My wife used to hang out with a couple.
Fuck your weekend, Mikey. Nobody cares.
No, it's kind of funny. So, and I'm gonna forget if you guys let me go past 10 seconds. I'll forget.
I know, because there's squirrels all over the place in here.
I'm old.
Is that Alzheimer's?
So my wife used to hang out with
carryover from the war.
with two lesbians, and they
Shell
were
shock.
really fucking funny people. And they hung out with a guy that we all used to work with, who is a very flamboyantly gay, chubby Mexican guy.
Oh, those are the
Well,
best.
he had recently just come out of the closet, and so I knew him as not flamboyant until he was.
I would like to see the size of this fucking closet they're all hanging out
The
in.
lesbians,
Especially
the
if a large
lesbians,
Mexican.
the lesbians used to refer to him as back when he was a man, as the term before he came out of the closet. No, back when he was a man, and then tell his story. It was fucking great.
God. That's
So,
the best
yeah.
opener ever.
Yeah, right? Jesus.
But
So,
anyway,
Mikey, how was your weekend?
yeah, I was
Well, back when I was a man.
We haven't spent that weekend together yet, buddy.
My weekend was actually fun, man.
Well, because you and I were supposed to be in Florida all week together.
We were.
Sharing
we
a
were.
room. You were going to find out what a slap was.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to do that. That sucks. I talked to the guys down there. They all missed us. A lot of them went ahead and jumped, although they weren't supposed to.
Why not? It's social distancing on its finest.
Yeah, right? That's
Like,
what I
I'm
said.
way more than 6 feet
Well,
away.
I mean, they have
I'm
two
1,200
hangars
feet
now.
from the ground. You know, like,
They ended up continuing with a class. They only had like 3 or 4 students in it. Vice fucking like.
can we not talk about
20.
this?
Yeah,
I'm so fucking salty.
I know, dude. Don't worry, it's coming. We're working on shit.
So fucking salty.
But fucking coronavirus, man. It's jamming us. But Friday night, my wife and I had our weekly
so
date
many
night.
gay jokes.
We had our weekly date night where what we've done, because Haley and I were both bartenders before, a lot of our friends in the service industry are presently laid off. So what we've done the last 2 Fridays is that we FaceTime them and do shots with them, right? And I tried to call you,
Hey, I was involved in this too.
and John was involved in this.
I was,
and so was Justin.
I was busy.
I figured it was cutting into fucking time. We actually talked about that.
I was busy.
I was told by
and we
somebody
figured
else.
you were just asleep by 6.
yeah.
I was told by somebody else that Jazz was actually gaming.
No, because
yeah.
I checked my phone after. I was gaming that night, but I checked my phone after and saw the group video call and was like,
Yeah. So, well, I
Should have answered.
tried to call you.
"Hey guys, yeah, I
Don't
can
mind me,
hydrate."
it's fucking time.
See, I'll say that shit, and that's gonna happen one day, and you're gonna be like, "All right,
Well,
that's what a slap is."
Well, let me demonstrate, boys. So we called the
to
Freedom
get a running
Friends
start.
group chat, and we ended up talking for like an hour.
Yeah, it was I had a whole cigar.
Yeah. We talked for a while. Justin and John were on the call with me and Haley, and we did probably like 3 or 4 shots.
Yeah.
Well, because I had what I thought was a brilliant fucking idea.
No, and I still want to do it. I still want to do it.
I think we totally should do that.
Yeah. And it's basically virtual bartender.
Yeah.
Like just
So
set
like a
up.
group video call like that.
Yeah.
But set it up. He's got a bar in his house. Have him stand behind the bar. Do a group video call like that, and we all just find a place, and he'll tell us like, okay, what do you have? And you like tell him the ingredients you have, and be like, all right, well, you're gonna drink a. He tells you how to make your drink. You make your drink, and then you sit there on the video call, and you tell him all your problems.
Yeah. And then I open up a Cash App, and you tip me.
So I have Jameson.
And ice.
I have a glass.
What do I do, Mikey?
H2O croutons.
You're good, dude. You're solid.
I don't know what to do with this.
What's
You have
the
best
proper
drink of all.
ratio?
Yes.
Hey, wait a minute. I just thought of something.
Good thing you're sitting down.
No, hold on.
Wow, it's coming.
So everybody's aware of what Venmo is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Venmo doesn't actually require you to have a linked bank account.
That's
Okay.
true.
Couldn't we link all of our shit to the Venmo routing number?
Justin.
I'll look into it, but I'm not making any promises right now. I will look into it.
But if not, couldn't we then just like post our Venmo information
Yeah.
and just let people buy us drinks via the Venmo?
Yeah.
Probably. Fuck it. Why not? We're just gonna send it, boys.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, so
Fuck it. Send it.
you know-
Full send.
do you know how we keep promising you guys that this is mediocre at best?
Obviously, we're figuring this shit out as we
Right.
go.
So, no, we know what needs to happen. But here's the deal, is it requires the 4 of us all getting together and actually having to go somewhere to accomplish a task.
Well, I think one of us doesn't have a D214.
That's not true.
Okay.
One of us just hasn't given it to the rest of us.
And also in the state of Texas, it
don't-
no longer matters because they
Yeah, I
got
don't
rid of
think
the
I don't think it
they
matters
got rid
now.
of that veteran pass anyways.
Yeah. So we're gonna
So-
end up paying. We fucked off. We fucked that up.
But whatever. It's not that much. And that's not true. I totally have a DD214.
Well, yeah.
I
That's
didn't
what
have
we hear.
I didn't have
Still haven't seen it yet.
possession of it at the time.
Still haven't seen it.
That has been fixed.
I tried. I tried. 'Cause I was giving him shit at work, and he pulled it
Yeah,
up.
he was giving me shit at work. I literally called in my office and I pulled up HRC and literally pulled it and I was like, it's right fucking there. And he was like, all right.
I
all right."
deployed with Scott. And he's like, I don't know where my DD214 is. I was like, well, I don't remember seeing you in fucking Iraq.
Fucking stolen dollar.
Stolen fucking dollar.
Fucking truth.
So, anyways, the rest of my weekend. No, so Friday night.
Hey, I'm trying to figure out how people
we
can
called.
fucking buy us booze.
Well, after.
Slow your roll.
Well, I'm getting to that.
And the Cash App thing reminded me.
After I talked to John and Justin for an hour, we called our boy Brandon. Haley and I did.
Oh, the Hamrick.
And we spoke to Brandon till about 2:30 in the morning.
Holy cow.
Fuck, you just called me back.
Just fucking drinking and having a good
Yeah,
old time.
you should have called me again.
Dude, what a fucking great guy.
Has anybody else noticed how close his name is just to being Banana Hammock?
Yes. Every time I see him in Silkies,
Oh,
which
dude.
is now going to be my screensaver.
I have that
Oh, I know.
in high-res photography.
I know. You said it to me. I
and
know.
it's fucking glorious. It's amazing.
I'm going to
There's-
pull up a picture of booze in my phone and just show everyone just so we can get back on track.
That is. There's so many tree trunks in that fucking picture. It's like watching a forest.
So,
Justin, how about that giant mute button?
so we talked for quite a while, a few hours, bullshitting over many drinks, and then honestly, the night's a little hazy because yeah, we got fucking hammered. We got fucking drunk, and then I was in pain all day Saturday. Absolute fucking pain. My poor wife also equally in pain. Thank God my children were like in an awesome mood that day. They weren't dicks for once. And then
I'm beginning to think that's a fucking myth because your kids have been nothing but awesome to me.
well, yeah,
Oh,
that's
so-
just it, man. They're little fucking brain ninjas. When people
I
are
got a taste
around,
of it.
they're like, ah, it's fine.
I
They're all
got a
good.
taste of it on Friday when we called.
Yeah,
when we were
well,
on the
that's
phone.
because J-Mo wants to party all goddamn
Right?
night.
It's
Yeah.
like, this motherfucker's up 2 hours past his bedtime just partying by himself. He's up there fucking with the washer.
like, yeah, he's a maniac. He's a maniac. That kid goes all day, like sprinting all freaking day. And then it's like, oh, bedtime? No, I'm all set for another 2 hours. I'll hang out till at least midnight. It's cool. Like, and then he gets up at like 7 and does it all again. It's like, dude, how the fuck, man?
Just wait till you start drinking. It'll all change.
I know, right? Dude. Fucking almost told Brandon I needed to hook him up with CBD.
You're going to be such a good grandpa.
Which brings me to my next thing. Crave CBD out in Bandera, Texas, our sponsors for all of your CBD needs. So, got to pay the bills, boys. I don't know how much longer we like.
Yeah, I think we probably burnt that one out. But.
Yeah, right.
I think the standing rule should be at least until we get another sponsor.
Yeah, probably.
Well, we have Warfighter.
Where can you find them at?
If you go to
Warfightertobacco.
warfightertobacco.com, you can get some of the finest smokables your fucking dick suckers have ever been wrapped around.
And now that your local cigar shop is closed.
Yeah.
Yep. And I do believe those fine Warfighter boys have a coupon code that you can use on that that website.
They got coops.
So if you're pro cigar and you're pro freedom and you throw the code Freedom Friends in the checkout, I think that's going to score you an extra 15% off. And you know what that is? That's more cigars. That's what that fucking is right there. So
Goddamn right.
I'm just fucking saying. And you still got some crown packs floating around?
No.
No more crayons.
No.
Crayons. God damn it.
No, I think they're going to be all out
Since I
by the
was
time
in
this airs for
kindergarten.
sure. So.
There you go.
Since I was in kindergarten, I've hated the kid that said crowns.
Crown?
Jazz might be my first fucking friend in my 38 years of
Crown.
life that says crowns that I actually like.
I say crayon.
Crayon.
You say cran?
Yeah, like I leave the Y out.
That's even worse.
You're welcome.
God damn it. That is some Midwest bullshit.
You ready for this? I'm trying to curb your hunger.
Put him.
Don't.
It's gross, right?
It's
just
so
gross.
It's so gross.
It's just gross.
Good God.
I'm going to put it out there because I put it out on every other fucking social media platform. The Marine crayon joke is fucking dead. Leave it alone.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No,
Because-
yours was well executed.
No, it's not. Because we had the Marine bring in the crayon joke today.
Yeah, I did actually, and I'm gonna grab those real quick.
You know what? Here's why I'm going to allow this. This was a Marine running the joke on the Army.
Yes.
That's why I'm going to allow it. But handing all the crayons, I could somebody, if somebody is listening to the show and knows where in the holy hell that joke came from,
Oh, son of a bitch.
if you could please let us know what the etymology is on this fucking crayon joke, that would be amazing.
Justin, come here. We need you.
Yep. You got to get in the camera here,
You gotta
buddy.
get up in the camera.
Is Mike 5 live?
No,
Can we bring Mike 5 up? No?
not in the middle of recording.
Will you share with Mikey?
Yeah.
That's a big mic.
Ooh, yummy.
So
We had a birthday.
we had a birthday here on the Freedom Friends. Our producer Justin had a birthday. What are you, like 18?
19?
19?
14.
14.
I
Yeah.
tried
Great.
to make fun of him last week. I'm like, what are you, like 23? He's like, yeah.
So yeah, he had
Old boys.
he had a birthday on Friday, so we wanted to say happy birthday. And if you're following us on Instagram, you saw the post. And then my wife decided to be funny
These are moist as fuck.
and make some red velvet cupcakes for us, and she put little crayon toppers on top of them as a joke from a Marine family to you. So yeah,
Because we are definitely an Army family.
Yeah.
From like top to fucking bottom.
yeah.
So
He's just eating it and fucking everyone.
here's to your birthday, buddy.
cupcakes,
Fucking
man.
happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
happy
Justin.
birthday, Justin.
Holy fuck, that's delicious.
Is it good?
Jesus Christ.
That's not fucking
Oh
bad.
my god.
Yeah. See,
That's not bad.
talk shit about crayons now.
Now you're talking a
Fold it in
mouthful.
half.
Make a sandwich. It's not how you
All right,
fucking
all bullshit,
cupcakes?
all bullshit aside.
that's pretty
that
brilliant.
is fucking genius.
Yeah.
You've never done this before.
No.
I've never
fuck is wrong
even
with you?
seen that before.
No, dude, you just blew my fucking mind, but I'm totally doing it.
Because I'm over here feeling icing in my beard already. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
That's
God,
why.
fuck.
That's why I learned how to do this. I got tired of having looking like a jizz on my face.
Motherfucker.
It's great.
Goddamn.
So paint on Saturday. And then what?
Groundhog's Day Sunday.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
I am trying to better myself a little bit during all this. I've been hitting 2-a-days.
Me
This
too.
is how bad it is.
Me too. I drink in the morning and in the evenings.
I went for a fucking run today. I went for a fucking run.
It's definitely the end of the world.
It is the end times, bro. Like, cause
Wait a minute, does this have anything to do with the discussion we had the other day
well,
when you were at my house?
How long? How
know.
far did you run?
A bunch.
huh? It doesn't help about my fucking back fat. Yeah,
Well, I wasn't trying to fucking shout you out like on a fucking air, but
my fucking back fat.
yeah. So we figured out that Mikey's in the middle of a personal crisis
It just happens.
because he's trying to figure out if he hates his back fat or running more. It's because he's got to live with one of them to not have the other.
Yeah.
Easy
It sucks.
answer.
Easy for you, man.
Easy answer.
Fuck.
So
I've been hitting the fucking gym too. Well, my garage, because the gym's closed.
Yeah, likewise.
But I have to now. I'm single. Fuck.
yeah.
I can't be fat anymore.
I'm good. I'm good.
So I love my condo, but literally this whole like no gym, everything shut down thing
Run the stairs.
was all of a sudden a very strong argument for the fact that fucking house would have been a better call.
Yeah. Yeah. You
'Cause,
do
like-
have a dope condo, though.
Yeah, but when you
I love
got
my
that,
condo.
you didn't plan on a global pandemic.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
right. That's not one of the things you think of when fucking buying a house.
Yeah.
Well, what if there's a global pandemic? Fuck.
Yeah. But mainly I just like these things like now, yeah. Well, because now I'm like, damn, I really used my wood shop and I had a really nice gym.
But you can hunt from your balcony,
I can hunt from my balcony. It's
not
true.
legally, but
Well, I don't know. If I had a can, I don't think anybody would fucking notice.
right.
Get a bow, dude.
Fuck
You
that.
could easily bow hunt from there.
What am I, fucking Robin Hood?
Yes.
The 300, the 300
Prince of
blackout
Thieves,
running
you.
subs with a
Yeah.
can. It's just like
300
a bow.
blackout with a can does the same fucking job. And I don't have to have that stupid glove and all that shit to be able to do it. Let me tape my fingers real quick. Fuck off.
So, Jess, how about your weekend, bud?
Oh, fuck. Guess we didn't discuss that, did we?
His wife just started laughing.
I don't know why. It's like, is there something I'm forgetting?
She's like, I showed him what a slap was.
My weekend wasn't bad, man. Got some shit done. Justin was super awesome. Came by and brought the truck because we moved a shit ton of stuff over to storage. Literally, all my Christmas shit.
Which, as we all know,
And we needed a pickup truck to be able to fucking move
Yeah.
all of it to
Yeah,
fucking
I believe
storage.
that. I'm surprised you guys didn't have to rent one of those 32-foot U-Hauls.
Yeah,
a lot of Christmas stuff. Yeah.
I don't fuck around when it comes to Christmas.
You don't. You don't.
No, so the highlight of my weekend was, so my condo has a fiber line dumped into it for internet, and it for some
Yeah.
reason just wasn't delivering anymore. I mean, just like standard stuff, like trying to check email and shit. The refresh times are insane. Like I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Everybody's on it.
yeah, I get that. The problem is that fiber internet is delivered via a light beam. Like you can't really like
Fucking
you're-
lightsaber.
Yeah, you're not exactly gonna like bottleneck that because some extra people are accessing it.
Like photons don't work like that way.
Right. And like the same number of people live in my condo complex now as pre-COVID, so we have a fiber trunk that's dumped directly into our building. So I don't believe for a second that it's because there's extra people on the line.
Okay.
I was supposed to be getting a gig down in my condo, and I was getting like 12 megabytes. Like, that's not because there's extra people on it. Like, something was fucking wrong. So I called AT&T, and they're trying to run me through the whole, like, well, it might be this, that, and the
Did
other.
you turn it on and turn back off again?
Yeah, all that shit, right? And I was like, I already did all that. I know it's on your end. I've already checked my mesh network. I happen to know that you're running on Wi-Fi 5 protocol and not Wi-Fi 6 protocol, so that I actually know your speed cap. Like,
See, the difference between Jazz and us is we
Right.
call them and go, our internet doesn't work. Fucking
Right.
fix it, dick
Well,
shit.
so-
And then my second thing is I already tried to plug it in and unplug
Yeah,
it.
right.
Like,
So, and the whole reason I dumped into that is that I, like this level 1 technician on the fucking phone. I essentially just wanted to shut the fuck up and send me the tech. Like you don't need to run. I did your troubleshooting thing. I already tested all my shit. I've done 3 different aggregators for my download speed. Like I know where the fuck the issue is, and it's definitely on my downline. It's on your network. It's not mine. So, and I essentially just I out nerded the tech on the phone because I'm like, I know you're running down the checklist. So, and she's like, well, it's going to cost $99 to send a tech out or whatever. And I was like, yeah, it's $9. So you're charging me to come service your service.
well, they only charge you if it's on your end.
No, right.
Yeah.
And I was, and she was like, well, unless we figure out that something wrong with AT&T. And I was like, then by all means send the tech because I know you're fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I know you're fucked up.
If it's AT&T internet, is it Uverse?
No, it's AT&T fiber.
Oh, see, I have Uverse, so I know it's fucked up.
Right.
Like, I fucking know.
That's like DSL on steroids.
Dude, I call them and I'm like, hey, can you fucking give me my bandwidth that I pay for? And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I know what you're doing. All right, like I know that you guys have shrunk my bandwidth, you know,
and
because
that's what I brought up
do,
too.
and you have to like
And
yell at them.
I was like, you're throttling fiber. That's insane. I don't know why you're doing that. Light doesn't lose transmission because people are on it. And I was like, the average fiber trunk is trafficking 15 gigs a second. So there's no reason that I should be seeing a throttle issue.
Right.
So they sent the tech out, and sure as the world, to go and check the trunk. And my upload speeds were like 300 megs low, and my download speeds were like half of what they were supposed to be.
Right.
And I was like, you haven't changed protocols. And I happen to know you also issue refurbished hardware, so I can almost guarantee you my modem's gone bad. So you need to fix it. And he's like, well, you need it. I was like, it's not on my end. It's not my... And he's like, well, it's on Wi-Fi or whatever. And I was like, doesn't matter. Everything in here is being fed via Wi-Fi 6 protocol, which you guys don't even use. I have 2.2 gigs available on my Wi-Fi bandwidth. I run a tri-band 2200 AC network. I can handle way more... In other words, my personal network, my hardware network that I have set up in my apartment...
You're putting Grandpa to sleep because he's scared and
because I'm
doesn't
breaking
understand.
his brain. So I essentially got into a shouting match with this tech from AT&T.
Right.
And I was like... He was like, well, you know, we're not really not supposed. I was like, I get it. It's a pandemic. You don't know what you're fucking doing. You need to go in your truck and you need to find whatever new hardware you have and bring me the new hardware. Not a refurb, not a whatever. You need to bring me a fucking new one. I want all the manufacturer stickers still on it. I want all the little fucking port plugs in the back. Bring me the new one. I am more than capable of unplugging the old one and plugging the new one in, as probably evidenced by all the nerd that I just fucking dumped all over you on the phone. So just bring me the fucking modem.
Just
like-
nerded all in your ear.
Like 3 minutes later, he fucking knocks on the door and handed me the fucking modem. And I was like, thanks. Now you go downstairs, wait in the truck, and you confirm that my shit's back on the network and I have a dedicated IP. And so I went back and checked it, and now I'm like,
wait in the truck.
now I have like 550 megs down or something. It's still half of what I'm paying for, but it's because something else is fucked up on his. And he came up, and at that point, he apologized. If it was up to me and if I could enter your apartment, I'd just do an all new install. We'd change out all your lines and da-da-da. And I was like, I appreciate that. I'm going to save your cell phone number, and when this whole thing's fucking over, I'm going to call you, and you can come in and refit my fucking condo, because this is bullshit. I'm paying you for X, and you're not delivering.
That's my beef with them every fucking time. It's
And that's
always
my,
like that.
And that's my whole thing with it is it's like, this is not, I get it. If it was legitimately was a bandwidth issue because of the number of users, I don't hold AT&T responsible.
Right.
That's not what it is. You guys are not delivering for the speed I'm paying for. So if you're only going to deliver me half that speed, I better see a half price bill.
I think that's fair.
It's that fucking simple.
Fucking capitalism, bitch.
Yeah. Like,
Right, yeah.
but if I'm paying you,
And then send him a bill for installing it yourself.
right?
You should build
So,
them.
right.
I've done that in the past.
Here's my $99 bill because your tech couldn't fucking do it. And I had to fucking do it. I had to tell your tech what to fucking do. Because I literally told him, I was like, okay, so you've tried everything at the trunk line. You haven't troubleshooted anything inside my condo. I know my network's using, and I can screen cap all of my network speeds. So it's on you. So should I give you the fucking service bill now to fix your shit? But he wants you to mute me. But anyways, on a positive note, though, my amazing wife actually bought me a new office set.
Nice.
So that got delivered on Saturday. And those guys were fucking awesome.
Nice.
Like, those delivery dudes were awesome. And at the same time, remember I told you my mom opened that cafe down south?
Oh yeah.
Her husband had to come into town to go to Lowe's because they live in Kennedy, Texas, and they don't have a hardware store. So he had to drive all the way to San Antonio. She sent lunch from her cafe and had it delivered to my
nice.
door.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it showed up and it was like
So,
homemade cookies and
how
food.
was
And I was like, it was actually fucking amazing.
Yeah?
It was super good.
You sound like you're surprised. Like you were like, oh.
Well, I think it's just because I'm used to living in San Antonio,
Yeah.
and I'd seen her menu and the pricing, and I was like, you know, $4 sandwiches. You're not getting much in San Antonio for a $4 sandwich.
Yeah.
This shit got delivered, and I was like, God damn. It was like Panera on crack. Like, it was all super good. It was super good food.
Not that you just, you just caveman that drink.
It was that big chunk. I didn't want to happen like last week. I fought with that thing for 20 minutes.
But yeah, so in the midst of AT&T pissing me off, I did get my my new desk and a handmade delivered lunch, which was it's kind of cool in the middle of a fucking pandemic from 90 miles away to have your mom deliver your lunch to you.
That's pretty dope.
It was pretty dope.
Yeah.
I felt loved.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
And then yeah, other than that, my brother was awesome, my mom was awesome, and AT&T still fucking blows.
Fuck you, AT&T.
And your wife. And your wife was awesome.
Yeah, but she's awesome all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to shout that shit out. Like, it's just fucking...
Yeah, right?
It feels like pandering.
Yeah. Stop fishing for compliments over there.
Yeah,
Peanut
Jesus.
Gallery. Jesus Christ.
Play your fucking Animal Crossing. And
Yeah. She's over there playing fucking Twitch.
So can I talk about my conspiracy theory real quick?
Sure.
I read this over
it's
the
not
weekend.
yours. You stole it from
No,
somebody
I
else.
stole it. Totally stole it.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. So
Hey, every conspiracy theory makes sense if you don't think about it.
well, no, even if you do think about this one, that's why this one you actually think about it, you're like, fuck, this makes sense. So there's an asteroid that's out there floating around in the space lands.
Yeah. Apophis.
And NASA saw it. And NASA said that if the travels within a certain distance around,
Yeah, it's either going
within
to
the
flash
Earth,
our atmosphere,
or
or
it's
it's
gonna
going to
fucking-
slingshot around and hit us in 5 years.
exactly,
Yeah. Apophis.
right.
We
But-
talked about this.
What the conspiracy theory says is, so this happened, that slingshot phase happened, whatever, 5 years ago, whatever that time frame was.
Yeah, yeah.
And now it's on a direct collision course with the Earth. And so NASA told all the world governments about this. And instead of like them being like, well, what the fuck are we going to do? It's just going to end all life on this fucking planet, period. Like, there's no way around that.
One piece of advice I have for NASA is don't send Steve Buscemi, whatever his name is, Buscemi to space to save us because
we know he goes
he
nuts.
was worthless.
Yeah, right.
He goes
The other
nuts.
guy's okay. Stevie was a little shit bad.
I'm just not sure why they took a remote-controlled automatic weapon to an asteroid.
Why not?
Yeah, right.
Still trying to figure that
Just
out.
in case.
came in handy.
Just in case.
Yeah.
But so the asteroid's on
Fucking figure, dude.
it's on a collision course with the world right now.
Maybe.
And well, no, this is the conspiracy
this is the
theory.
conspiracy
Yeah,
theory.
It
Okay.
is, and it is going to hit. And so they sat down with a bunch of the global leading governments and stuff like that. And
NASA, who almost shut down 3 years ago. This is the conspiracy.
yes,
Okay.
no, I know. Just hear me out. Hear me out because it makes sense,
They did get a lot of funding out of nowhere.
right?
You can't have a
So-
space force without a space institute. I'm saying,
true.
if you want to know where the
That's
funding
true.
came from, it's kind of hard to have a space force without a national space agency.
So all the governments got together and they
So
said
why'd you make a space force?
all the governments got together and they decided that instead of actually telling the world what's going on and telling them that, hey, you're all gonna fucking die in a little while, whenever this fucking asteroid slaps into the planet, they released a flu-like virus so they could quarantine everybody
Okay, I got a whole.
across the globe so they can spend time with their families before the world ends and every fucking buddy dies.
So that way everybody hates everybody, and when the world ends, the world-ending asteroid is visible, everybody's
You
just
know
like,
what?
"Fucking about time."
That's one of the most government things
about
I've
to
ever heard.
suck start this
But
asteroid.
then it goes into more detail. Like, how many top-level CEOs stepped down from their jobs in the past couple weeks?
42% of the Forbes 500.
And
in
why?
the last
Does
90
anybody
days.
know why?
Because the world's gonna fucking end.
Why would you step down then? What the fuck does that
Go
do?
spend time with your family.
Ah, that's
Because they don't
retarded.
care about money at this point. The world's gonna end. Nobody fucking.
They're all getting on
What
the
am I gonna
boat.
buy?
They're all getting on the boat.
It was just transition
See, I'm thinking
power.
20.
Noah's
see, I'm
Ark.
thinking 2012. How they all had the arcs.
Yeah.
That's what all those CEOs that are loaded. They're all getting on the boats.
If anything, the step down of major CEOs, the conspiracy theory that is most believable is that they're transitioning towards a one world government. So that step down of those is to isolate of individualist power.
that got sent up. Somebody fucking suggested that in order
Of
to
a one world government.
a
Yeah.
one world government and fucking good old America. We were like, go fuck
Yeah, eat a
yourself.
dick.
Like, bitch,
You guys
there's gonna
tried
be a-
this before
So-
twice.
If there's going to be a one world government, guess what? All you motherfuckers are going to be speaking English and waving red, white, and blue.
Here's the issue.
The thing
Here's
is,
the
if there's
issue
a
with that
one world
conspiracy
government,
theory.
I don't even want it to be ours.
Matter of fact, it's going to look
I don't
like
want
a
it to be
Crocs.
anybody's.
It's going to be Texas.
Yeah. Texas will be an independent nation, and that one world government is like the one world in Texas.
Yeah.
well, no, Texas is that one world, and then you just have the government, which is everybody else.
Yeah, right? Fuck. So
The problem with that is
the
that
asteroid,
that 95% of all observation stations that can even see objects like that are privately held. They don't even belong to the government.
It's true. It's true.
That might be
It's
true.
an awful lot of leak control.
So, well,
Well, I mean, bullets do wonders.
maybe that's what happened to fucking Epstein.
Yeah, but that's an awful lot of leak control considering how much Snowden got out.
Yeah, right.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a government conspiracy. Motherfucker, we can't even... They can't track emails. You think they're shutting down the entire scientific community?
The thing about Apophis is if it hits, they projected where it's going to land.
Where?
And it's going to land in the Pacific.
Oh, good.
And actually,
Take out California.
San Antonio,
It wouldn't be here anymore.
no, we're okay.
Yeah, we
according to all of the.
But that projection doesn't work because they only look at lateral movement, and you have to look at Gulf inflation. So if you look at because it's not only going to push left right. That's not how that works.
Right.
It's a circular impact.
Sure.
So you have to look at Gulf inflation, and we're only 130 miles from the Gulf.
Yeah, but
So
the Gulf
it
is
would-
on the other side of a landmass.
The Gulf of Mexico is very much not on the other side of a landmass.
Well, if it hits the Pacific,
it doesn't
you
matter.
have Mexico, then the Gulf of Mexico.
Wouldn't matter. And you'd have cross inflation. It wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
Plus, just the actual fallout.
Well, the
The
fallout's what's going to
fallout
fuck
of
you
the
up.
impact is what's going to kill
Yeah,
everybody.
because, like,
it's not rising water.
It's
That's-
gonna, because it's going to
don't
shoot.
believe the
it's-
movies.
It's going to shoot fucking. It shoots fucking debris basically up into the air.
because it's still going to
And
hit
then-
bedrock, and
and
it's going to essentially the fallout from
And when
it
that
is what's
comes
going to close
down,
everybody down.
it's a meteor shower of Earth coming back down.
It would
that's
also
going to fuck up.
It would also
everybody.
essentially steam cook the planet.
Yeah.
So it'd be like dinosaurs.
Like my favorite veggies.
Yes. Essentially, you like.
So what you guys
The only-
essentially what you guys are saying is because the conspiracy theory that I
The
just
only
said is
people
true.
who would be safe would be like Cheyenne Mountain. Cheyenne Mountain in Colorado might be okay.
But that's just taking into account for rising water.
All
And
those
that's if it doesn't trigger every fucking
that doesn't work.
supermassive fucking
You're-
volcano on the
You're
planet.
talking about
all those idiots
it's
climbing
steam
Mount
cooked the
Everest are
planet. We
smart.
wouldn't see the sun for like 200 years.
Yeah.
Like it's not just oh my god the oceans would rise. Anybody that's thinking it'd be rising water,
Right.
you really don't understand how this works. Like that's somebody that saw fucking Deep Impact and was like, oh, it's gonna be a tidal wave. No, it wouldn't. Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
You're not getting away from that on a dirt bike with a baby on the back pedal.
Yeah, it would literally be beyond any sort of nuclear fallout we could possibly imagine. It just wouldn't be radioactive. And
Yeah.
that's assuming that we know what the composite of the asteroid itself is. Because
Yeah.
it could be maintaining radioactive
It could be
properties. in the
it could
asteroid.
be fucking plutonium coming out of
So
it.
for our immediate problem, what are we going to do to get some of our listeners back that we lost in the last 25 fucking minutes of nerd shit?
Wow. Right? So we should get him started on ballistics so we can lose the other fucking percentage of everything.
How many times have I talked ballistics on the podcast?
This is all relevant stuff, man. He's got
I
a
don't know.
conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. Somebody give Grandpa a nap. Jesus fucking Christ.
I just took
I
one.
wish you could gift naps. Like, fucking,
Right?
please give me a nap.
Right as fuck yeah, dude.
Keep talking. I'll be out in fucking 5 minutes. Jesus.
Grandpa narcolepsy over here.
Now, the conspiracy theory I could totally
Let's
get
go back
behind
to dick jokes.
would be that Netflix, in its infinite power, and the fact that it's got the whole world by the balls at this point,
No shit.
they released the virus to make sure that the entire world saw Tiger King.
I can get behind this one.
Like,
Holy
there's
fuck, boys.
there's my conspiracy
We gotta
theory
talk about this.
is that Netflix
What are we
actually
talking about?
released this virus.
What he should have done was release this goddamn documentary before he fucking went to jail because he probably never would have
He
gone.
didn't make this thing.
I know. He should have.
Well, I mean, this was an
Yeah.
independent filmmaker that was actually trying to get into another story.
Yeah.
And he explains all that in the beginning.
Yeah, he
I was
was-
trying to do this about illegal animal trading and then just found this shit
Well, he was
show.
trying,
and it was just like,
he was trying to make
holy
reality
fuck.
TV and was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll shoot.
No. That was Joe Exotic's personal producer.
Oh, yeah.
The filmmaker that made this documentary was making it on illegal animal trading. And it was actually in Florida to film that dude that was selling poisonous snakes illegally.
Right.
And then ran into the
drug
dude that
dealer.
was like, hey, I have a snow leopard in my van. And then it was like, well, let's go down this rabbit hole and see how it goes. And then 5 years later, you get Wow.
Holy fuck.
Tiger
And
King.
just when you think it can't get fucking more white trash,
They bring in
Dude.
somebody else. A
they
new
totally
character.
redeem themselves. And holy fuck. It's like,
Literally-
it's fucking crazy. The most common sense oriented individual on that fucking show was the manager at Walmart. That ended up being his fucking kid. They ended up being his campaign
that dude.
manager.
Yeah. And then
That's
even-
the only guy that was worth a shit.
Like, I knew I was onto something with the most level-headed person on the show was his show producer, and he's in a leather fucking boonie cap with a fucking pack of cigarettes just going like, well, I used to be a news anchor, and then I found this. And it was like, you're the most normal guy on this.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll tell you,
fucking crazy.
but I don't want to get into the politics of the actual real world politics right now and relate it to Tiger King, but it works perfect.
nothing in the real world relates to Tiger King.
No, it does, because that fucking manager from Walmart was Joe Exotic's campaign manager running for fucking president, and that
And he
didn't
did
work. Then he ran for mayor, and he got 19 or governor,
And got
and he-
21% of the vote.
right? Like, why doesn't Biden or fucking
Go hire this dude.
Yeah, no
If this
shit,
dude
dude.
captured-
you have a better chance at
If
this
this
guy?
dude captured
is
21% with
He's-
Joe Exotic,
This cat is obviously fucking good at his job.
right? He just needs to switch Joes. You just got the wrong Joe.
Yeah, dude.
Well, you can't work with the other one. He's too sleepy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's too molesty.
Doesn't matter anyway.
He got me too'd over the weekend.
Did he?
What?
Oh, fucking Biden got
Is
me
anybody
too'd.
shocked
Me Too'd
about
him?
that?
No.
Come on.
Did he me too himself?
No, some Jason. Back in my day, I used to hang out with Bill Cosby. What? No, no. Some chick that I guess had came forward before was like, no. You guys didn't hear the whole story. He used to fucking finger blast me and shit. It was a real gross story.
That a
Wow.
girl?
Yeah, like fucking.
Look at them shaky fingers going.
Yeah, dude. And of course he's like, hey, times have changed. We don't do that no more. Like all that. And it's like, nah, Joe.
Back in the day, for me to get my hands in there, it was like fucking walking through the Viet Cong. It was such a jungle.
Not that I would know.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah.
Fucking insane. You know he was sitting there doing it and then smelling it afterwards. Just
Jesus Christ.
sounds like my aunt.
Smells like broken dreams and bad decisions.
Call me Uncle Joe.
Yeah,
Fucking yeah,
he's
he
a
got
creep, man.
me too'd.
Joe Exotic and Joe Erotic.
There you go.
No, I think Joe Exotic gets both names. That fucking
Dude.
that dude was a trip. I
Just
couldn't believe this
just
show.
seducing straight dudes
We literally-
with fucking tigers.
So I
Meth
heard
is a
nothing
terrible
about
drug.
it. It just like appeared on fucking Netflix, right? Like, so I was sitting there, and it was like Sunday morning. Went out, turned it on, and was like, "All right, this looks kind of interesting."
see what this is about.
it said like murder, mayhem, and something,
Meth.
and I was like,
And tigers.
I was like,
And I was like, all right.
all right,
Check this out.
whatever, we'll check this out. I started the first episode. Caitlin, I think, was like making coffee or something. It like within the first 5 minutes, she just comes around the corner and goes, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, I think it's amazing. Like, we're just fucking 8 hours later. It was like we had finished it, and it was just like, and it was 8 hours of just me going, "No way."
I can't believe it was 8 hours
What?
because I got back from camping on Sunday.
Yeah.
Cleaned everything up, sat down, turned it on, and I didn't fucking quit until I watched every fucking episode.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, and every time I was like, there was no.
The best part.
Like, there was no down point in it ever. Like, it
There's-
was just a constant climb to just,
There's Joe Exotic Facebook groups.
oh my God.
There's all kinds of
dude,
shit now.
The
I have
fucking
seen-
memes.
The memes- oh, it's
the
awesome.
I have
memes are
seen
amazing.
crocheted Joe Exotic minis holding tigers and shit. Like, the.
If you had 200 tigers, what would you do? Two dudes at once?
Two dudes at the same time.
Yeah, like, it was insane.
What was that bitch's name?
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Carol Bassett.
She
That
fucking
bitch.
did it.
Yeah.
She fucking did it.
Hold
I don't
on.
believe
Go
that
ahead.
bitch for 1 second.
No spoilers,
I
because
love
I'm pretty sure that's, if that's not the debate, it should be the fucking debate.
Well, it's a quick debate. She fucking did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking fast
She
as fuck.
fucking did it.
God
dude.
damn.
Carol Baskin killed
Y'all
her
should hold
husband.
off on this conversation.
All right, we're all done.
One for later, and two in case we have any listeners who haven't seen it.
Dude, fuck you. If you haven't seen it by the time you watch this show,
dude.
crawl out from under the fucking rock. What are
Yeah.
you doing else?
Yeah, right? Fuck, you're in quarantine. You better be watching Joe Exotic fucking.
Jesus,
Yeah.
fuck, man.
Dude, I was getting nervous. I finished Pornhub. Like all of it. But then they came out with the free Pornhub Premium. I was like, oh, thank God.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Hey, hold up.
If you guys like
Hold
Joe
up,
Exotic,
hold up.
why do you do that?
Do you,
I know.
I'm trying to figure out how to
pausing
phrase the
for
question. I'm just trying to figure out how to phrase the question.
Anticipation.
Do you think we could get Joe Exotic on the phone?
Via jail? Oh, absolutely. He would fucking talk to anybody who would listen.
Justin.
We can take phone calls.
I'll work on it.
You fucking
I'll
do
work
it.
on it. I'll see
do
what
it.
I can do.
Do it.
Because
You have a collect call for him.
I'll fucking
I'll pay it.
yeah,
I'll pay it.
I'll be like, you got it. Absolutely. Tell your story, Joe.
Yeah,
We'll have a
I wanna
3-hour
hear your
episode.
side.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh, it'd be
Be
fucking
legend.
amazing.
If
you guys like this.
I guarantee you that he's like just a revolving door going to that fucking payphone in jail right now, and the guards are just like, God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the wild whites of West Virginia?
No.
All right. If you like fucking Tiger King, you got to get on Amazon Prime. There's a documentary.
This is the second time I've heard this recommendation.
There's a documentary, and off the fucking recommendation that I got, I watched it.
Yeah.
It did not disappoint.
Wow.
There is a family in West Virginia, West by God, named their last name is White. And these motherfuckers, holy fuck. Just watch it. It is 2 hours of your life that you'll never get back, but you'll be so fucking happy that you don't get those back.
Oh, dude, the 8 hours, that I put into Tiger King, that was time well fucking spent.
Fuck yeah,
I
dude.
see the
And if-
people that post are like, I
telling you.
got halfway through the second episode and I just fucking can't do it. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You need to go start licking doorknobs or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, catch the corona because we don't need you
Yeah.
anymore. Like, those aren't the kind of people I need in this world. I need Tiger King loving motherfuckers. That's what I need in my fucking world.
Yeah, if you can't laugh at that, oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ.
It's like a fucking.
That dude was like, I got to keep my hat on or you tell I have a mullet. And I was like, nope, we can tell that shit's there with the hat too.
The
Like,
easiest way to explain that, it's you ever seen those car accident compilations where they do in the snow time where it's just a pile up and they got the guy in a truck and he's like, oh, here comes another one, wham, and it smacks into you like, oh fuck, I wonder if people getting fucked up, and then another one, wham, and you're like, oh Jesus Christ, I can't turn this off, this is great, and it just fucking keeps happening. That's what
Yeah.
the show is. Every
Except-
episode is a
except
new
it's-
fucking tractor trailer
And then-
truck smacking into cars.
It
yeah, and
was
it's
so-
like 40 miles long.
it was so well done that right about the time that you think you figured out kind of all the characters in this thing, all of a sudden they're like, but wait, there's more. And you're just like,
And then there's this fucking Las Vegas chud who
Yeah.
like fucking
Yeah.
does this, and then this guy's
who
like,
apparently bought up all the affliction that was left in the world. It's just like,
he's the only guy that's still rocking
still
it.
got it out.
He's the poster boy for Affliction, though.
Did you see
Jesus
the pictures
fuck.
of the babysitter though?
There was a babysitter?
No,
Yeah.
there's new
Yeah, yeah,
there's
yeah.
new pictures right now going around on Facebook, like
Of the nanny.
of the nanny holding the kid.
Oh, but he said,
Oh,
because they
yeah.
had the kid and he said,
got
we
to
have to
pick
get
the-
a natty, but I get to pick it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she's
He's like-
fucking she's hot.
Smoke show. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, he was even. Well, it explained like they're swingers.
But I
Like
wanna
that might
know-
not even be his kid.
I want to know what app did he use to find the baby? Because he's like swiped through a bunch of different pictures when he's looking at the babysitters.
Dude, that was a modeling agency. That wasn't fucking.
yeah.
It's like I got a dog. You can
Fucking
come
Mary
babysit.
Maids. I don't know. Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
What a train wreck.
Oh my god,
But
so
the
good
Wild
though.
Whites of West Virginia, or whatever, the Wild Wonderful Whites of West Virginia. You guys watch that shit.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Fucking, I love Joe Exotic though. Come out and be like, "All right, motherfuckers." I'm like, dude, that's your campaign video. Like, this,
I ain't wearing no suit.
I ain't wearing no suit.
yeah, you might get my vote, motherfucker. I might write you in. Like, I don't.
I would not be surprised if he gets a percentage of the presidential vote later this year.
November 2020.
Not be
It's like,
surprised.
somehow from prison, non-campaigning, Joe
Hey,
Exotic has
hey,
received 15% of the
I'm
vote.
pretty sure if he's nominated a president, he can pardon himself.
Oh, and you know he would.
Oh, how awesome! I mean,
No, that'd be
it
terrible.
wouldn't be awesome, but
it'd be great.
It'd be a great fucking story.
How fucking great would it be if Trump pardoned him?
Oh my god.
Like, yeah, bro,
How fucking great.
I love it. He comes out and he's like, I watched the Tiger King. Carol Baskin's a bitch. Joe Exotic, you're pardoned.
Bitch, that bitch, Carol
That
Baskin.
bitch Carol Baskin did it. She fucking did it.
All of a sudden, you just see the FBI show up. It's like, we're digging up the septic tank.
And then shows a picture of that big fat lion just laying on a side. I'm like, God, that her husband's right there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then there was that other dude. When the guy came out, and he was like, "Well, I've got a zoo in Myrtle Beach," and I was like, "Dude, you are the epitome of Myrtle Beach. Like you are the definition
Dude, is that the dude with
of
the ponytail?
Myrtle Beach." Oh,
So Caitlin just showed me something, and apparently Cardi B wants to free Joe Exotic and is looking at starting a GoFundMe, boys.
Oh my fucking god!
I don't think you can
That is-
buy your way out of prison.
That
But-
is dreams coming true.
We really are in a simulation. This is
everything's come off the rails. Because anytime Cardi B is doing a social justice project, like what? And how
how's
is
a GoFundMe
what
gonna
are you gonna
free
do?
him?
Here's the problem: is that there are enough fucking idiots out there that'll be like, "Oh, Cardi B's on board. Here's $20."
Yeah.
It's like,
fucking insane?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I don't know, man. I think I'd party with Joe Exotic.
I don't know, dude.
Maybe for like a
On
weekend.
January 22nd, 2020, he was sentenced to 22 years in federal prison. As of March 2020, he is incarcerated at the Federal Medical Center, Fort Worth, Texas.
We're going on the road,
That's a
boys.
federal medical center.
Going on the road.
Why?
Because he's got gonorrhea
Probably. You know,
He's fucking cuckoo, dude.
Well, yeah.
Like, he's got to be.
He probably
He's
had
in
a
a
mental
padded room.
breakdown.
He's
Yeah.
in a padded room.
you know who else
He
is
probably
from,
tried to kill himself.
You know who else is from Texas?
Probably what happened.
I know a lot of people from
Who
Texas.
else is from Texas? There's a lot of us, buddy.
That bitch.
Carol
Yeah,
Baskin.
Carol
she's
fucking
from fucking
Baskin.
San Antonio.
Is she?
Yeah, born in Lackland Air Force Base.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't make her from San Antonio.
Yeah.
That makes her parents fucking were here for a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I thought she was from Nebraska.
no. San Antonio.
No shit.
Yeah.
She did it.
She
Totally did
fucking
it.
That
totally
lady
did it.
fucking did it, man.
And her new husband's just there fucking going like,
Dude, what a fucking cuck.
yeah.
What a fucking cuck, dude. Are you kidding me? The fucking picture of him on the leash? Get
Yeah.
fuck off. God
Dude,
damn.
and then there was that. I'm like, you could do a whole nother documentary on that dude in Myrtle Beach.
That dude watches basketball teams fuck his wife.
Dude, but the dude in Myrtle Beach, I was like, you could do a whole nother documentary on this dude.
Oh, fuck.
On his weird tiger
don't
cult
don't
he has
friend
going
request.
with the fucking everybody's in
No, right here
outfits and
from
shit.
San Antonio.
That's
No,
insane.
fuck you.
Dude, send the friend request.
Send it.
Fucking
fuck
do
it.
it. Yeah.
Maybe you could be one of those cool cats and kittens. She talks
Hey, all
about
you cool cats and kittens.
Maybe she can. Maybe I can feed her to her tigers. I'll get her to divorce her current husband, marry me. I'll feed her to the tigers. I'll take all the fucking money.
Well, you fucked up now by talking
Yeah, well, now
about
you're
it.
fucked.
Yeah.
Why?
She didn't listen to this show.
One of our 4 listeners is going to fucking narc you out, man.
No, they won't. No, they won't. They're going to be helping. Like, look, we'll get you a green shirt. You could be a volunteer.
Is there a Go Fuck Me?
That weird rank
We
program.
should totally
That's
start
weird.
That whole thing was just like, I was like, you have slave labor. Homeboy in Myrtle Beach has a sex cult with tigers.
Right?
Like,
What
you
the
got
fuck?
What the fuck's wrong with you people?
However, if I was going to work at any of those places, I would pick the one in Myrtle Beach just so I could be like, can I ride that elephant?
Hey, boys, we're going to change subject here a little bit.
Sprinkles or whatever the fuck that elephant's name was.
Didn't matter. I'd ride that fucking elephant.
I think we should start a new website, a new app. And I think it should, I don't know if it's legal or not. It might be considered prostitution.
No, it's a charity thing.
But
What, are we putting people through nursing school?
no, it's called Go Fuck Me.
It's like GoFundMe.
But you pool a bunch of money together. You put up, I want to fuck so-and-so. And there's a dollar amount in order for that to happen. And everyone pitches in. And once you get the money, the person gets it and you get to go bang that person.
Yeah,
That's definitely
that's
prostitution.
definitely prostitution, yeah.
Not really, because
Now. If you set up a website that was like change.org, that was like,
What if it's gofuckme.org?
yeah, gofuckme.org, and all the money that you raised went to go into like a trip with dates and everything so they could get to know you, so that you could woo this person into fucking you.
What if
Then it's on you.
That's legal.
Well, yeah, that's basically
Well, if
just
somebody
every
else is
dating
paying
app
for
that ever
it.
was.
I don't know.
Yeah, if it's crowdfunded. It's not like you're paying this person. They're getting this money from a third party.
Fuck that.
Why?
Fucking terrible idea.
Great idea.
Dude, I already
ends
sink too much
badly.
money into fucking my ability to get laid. I'm not fucking sinking it into somebody else's.
Right? I'm not paying money so some fucking chud could go bang the girl of his dreams. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Get out there and fucking pound the pavement like the rest of us had to, motherfucker.
So John can
No,
fuck
is it gonna
that
be
bitch
like- is it-
Carol.
Is it going to be live casted or anything like that? Or-
We can work it out.
Do we get to watch?
Is it like
We're in the beginning developmental stages.
Like,
of
I need
this.
carnal knowledge, bro.
like if it was being set up at
So
like
in a perfect world, how would you want it to be?
it'd have to be like a pay-per-view event.
Sponsored by Pornhub.
Pornhub, give us money.
Right. They're like a pay-per-view. It's essentially like MMA. That's watching two dudes pound each other. I want to fucking be able to pay to watch like fucking some rando fucking pound that chick that's way out of his league. I done fucked Mikey up.
How did we make it this far?
God, I'm upset.
That's the first time this happened.
The paper towels, please.
Yeah. God damn it.
I think Mikey's in.
Mikey just spilled his Jameson. Such a tragedy.
Mikey's over there thinking about it right now, going like, all right, hold on.
No, it broke me. It broke my brain. It broke my fucking brain. Good God. Look at this mess. Son of a bitch. Ugh.
I'd want the production though. Like I'd want to see it live from like Vegas or
Well, I mean, they
MSG
basically-
or something like that. Like
Isn't that like the big thing on Netflix now too? Besides Tiger King right now, like number 2 is that fucking dating show or whatever the fuck. Yeah, Love Is Blind. Where like
I've never seen that one.
they put two people next to each other in a fucking room.
but you can't see each other.
Yeah, they can't see
So
each
it's just
other.
communication and blah blah blah.
And then
blah.
like they end up like proposing to each other and shit. They've never fucking seen each other.
yeah, that's when you take 10 lonely people and stick them in a room and be like,
Yeah.
you can be lonely together.
And it's funny though, because it's you can tell it's super fucking racist. Because like one of them's like, yeah, you're black and you're white, and they're all like racist about it and shit. And it was like, what the fuck, man? Like I just watched like the preview and I was like, I'm uncomfortable. Hey, this is not cool, man.
Hey, sometimes that matters.
Grab
Just
me
saying.
some more, dude.
So, Mikey,
Sir,
Jazz did not eat his crayon.
he did not.
No, that disappoints me.
I don't like spun sugar, man. It's fucking it's too much for me.
Jazz is not a big sugar guy unless it's in sweet tea, man.
It's true. I ate that.
Or macaroons.
That's not fair. Those have meth in them.
You still have all your teeth.
That's because I eat them sparingly.
Did you see Tiger King's fucking first husband got new teeth?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got new teeth. It looks like a completely different guy. Yeah.
Well, he would, yeah.
And he got a shirt.
Wow.
Yeah, picked up a shirt. Even though that cover-up tattoo didn't do fucking very good job. That was fucking amazing. Like,
I want to hang out with that dude that was always like behind the trailer, like sitting in that chair smoking cigarettes with the sunglasses on and the hair. He looked like Tom Petty if he was never
oh
famous.
yeah, dude. That guy was all right. He was just like, man, this guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he was
What a
like,
fucking douchebag.
it was about the animals. Then it became all about him. That's when it all fell apart. I was like, this dude's seen some shit.
Right.
Stay with that guy.
The chick missing an arm. Fuck.
Yeah.
So-
I like how she was just like, just cut it off. Okay.
4 days later was back at work. I was like, fucking hell.
Dude, you can't buy work ethic like that, man.
No.
No.
Like,
No.
that is fucking, that's a worker.
That only happens with methamphetamine and tigers.
Clearly, fuck.
I like how the opening line in that fucking whole series though was, "Big cat people are crazy," and like it was one of the big cat people saying that.
That is the best
Yeah.
thesis fucking
Oh my
statement I've
God.
ever fucking heard.
You have my attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the following thesis, I will prove the statement of
I'm a little disappointed at the price of the Tigers, though. 3,000 to 5,000.
2 to 5,000.
2 to 5,000.
$2
it was
grand.
like
I
$2
get
grand
it.
to buy a tiger.
Like
all of a sudden, all these
I
celebrities
have an
buying
English
tigers.
bulldog that could be a goddamn tiger.
Like, dude,
All of a sudden, all these celebrities
guns.
buying tigers.
I've spent more money on fuck.
All these celebrities buying tigers, and I was like, I'm suddenly not impressed anymore.
No,
Yeah.
losers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Fuck
like-
you, Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
How much,
fucking
how much does it cost to feed a tiger?
3 or 10.
Oh, just one.
Just one tiger?
Yeah.
3 to 10,000 a year.
3 to 10,000 a year.
Yeah, it was a year.
If you have the Walmart drop off, apparently. If you have to hook up with Walmart
it costs
meat
more for
department.
Mikey to feed his kids.
You know
That's
the,
probably
you know
true.
The cost
Yeah.
of,
You could have a tiger.
you know
Yeah.
the cost of feeding 200 tigers?
$3,000 to $10,000 a year if you got the Walmart hookup.
Yeah.
An arm and 2 legs.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Priceless.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
That's a good one.
You might say that Carol Baskin's ex-husband gave his life to the tiger's body and soul.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, they were just hungry one day. That's it. He was just sacrificing a body for the greater good.
We got to talk about that police force down there, though. That was just like, no, take the van back. We're not going to look at it for a couple days.
We can't.
It's like, holy fuck.
Fucking Jesus.
What, did you transfer from the dude who fucking framed Steve Avery? Because that motherfucker's innocent, too. Goddamn.
So, Scott, you've been playing bartender most of the night.
That's John.
That's John.
Sorry. Totally is. It's
Apparently, he's doing a good job.
because I pointed at you and he spoke, and now I'm all fucked up. John,
Yo.
you've been bartending most of the night.
Yes, sir.
What are we drinking tonight, buddy?
Oh, a little Jameson with H2O croutons.
Yep.
The go-to.
Our standard.
Yeah.
Our go-to standard. I was on the way here, and I was like, you know what?
Want to know what?
You want what?
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
What are
I
you
was like,
what are you smoking with that fine
I am smoking a 762 Garrison Rosado because I haven't had one of these in a minute.
yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't had that one in a while either.
Oh, it's delicious. Fucking delicious.
I actually went with Jazz's go-to. I'm with the Garrison, the 556 Garrison Corojo.
it's a damn
It
fine
is a
cigar.
fine cigar, man. I'm enjoying it.
Scotty boy?
I guess I'm a trader to my own brand tonight. I'm smoking a Undercrown Sun-Grown.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
wrong
change
with that
it
at
up
all.
every now and then.
Branching out. Yeah.
I thought I'd have it gone before we got started, and I was wrong.
Yeah.
So
The
Jazz,
so I am smoking
what are you smoking?
the Nicaraguan special here. I don't really know what to call this right now.
It's a Maduro.
It is well, this is on the Oscuro line, but it's from y'all's trip down to
Yes, sir.
the fine land of Nicaragua when you were down there for your factory trip.
Today was day 30 in the aging process.
And today
Yeah.
was day 30. I wasn't here for that first 48-hour window to be able to smoke it during
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
And today was day 30.
Coronavirus.
And literally, I walked into the building
You know,
and
it's
John was
funny.
like,
We
I got
ma-
something for you. Because today was day 30.
We made that joke when it happened. I didn't think now, 30 days later, we'd still be making those fucking jokes, man.
But you know,
insane.
Jazz, I'm so glad that you're alive.
Me too.
I am.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy
That'd
about
really
it.
suck.
I wouldn't be happy about it.
I don't know if we could find somebody to replace you.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think we could.
No.
I don't think we could.
Well.
It'd be like give a drink description, and it better not fucking suck, or we're all jumping this bar.
Everyone, we're just all gonna baseball bats. So don't fuck this
Like,
up.
don't
Well, I
fuck it up.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. And I mean, like literally just missing that episode fucking was like heartbreaking because I love coming to do this.
Dude, I seriously look forward to this every week.
Yeah,
It's
I
just-
do.
it is. It's fun.
And that's and we want y'all to know out there too that the whole reason we do the whole like give us money or sponsor us or whatever and stuff like that is we want the show to get to the point where it doesn't cost us anything so that we can just continue just to have fun.
Well,
with it.
we would like to be able to bring on other people, and if we have to pay their way here, that kind of shit.
Yeah, that's why we got that board where they can call in. I'm not flying those motherfuckers.
Well, depends who it is. Yeah.
Like who the fuck do you know that is worth us paying to bring in here?
Nobody, because I don't have any money.
Yeah, so fucking fuck them.
Yeah.
If I knew them, they'd come out here.
Yeah.
True statement.
Just saying.
True statement.
It's a pro freedom show, and if they're like, I don't know, you got to pay for fucking everything, and you got to pay me this, that, and the other. You're not very fucking freedom, are you?
Yeah. Why don't you go fuck
Yeah,
yourself?
that's true. That's true.
You stingy
On a
cunt.
scale of 1 to America, you're about a -2 there, bud.
Yeah, right.
On a scale of 1 to America, you're like Canada.
Canada is urging the U.S. to not put troops on the border right now, and it's like, I don't think we're going to, man. I'm pretty sure President Trump was fucking around when he said that.
Nobody gives a fuck about you, Canada.
Yeah, right. Like,
Come
he's like,
on.
it'll ruin the relations.
What
Oh, because
relations?
you did such a good job about that before, Trudeau. Fuck you.
Doesn't he have coronavirus?
I think
Yeah.
I think he cleared. His wife got it.
No, the prime minister you're thinking of is actually
yeah.
England. The prime minister of England has
Yeah, he got it.
corona.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Same fucking place.
He got it.
Pretty much.
There's a
pretty
Medal
much.
of Honor recipient who got it.
He was like 90.
Yeah, he's up there. I'm hoping he pulls through.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's what Obama gave him the Medal of Honor in 2014, but it was from actions in Vietnam. He was a sergeant first class. He retired as a sergeant major, and he didn't get it until 2014. Scott, you probably went to boot camp with him. What's his name?
I can't think of his name right now.
But we're hoping he pulls through, man. We're hoping he pulls through.
That was pretty smooth.
Sergeant Major Benny Adkins.
Yeah, Benny Atkins.
Benny Atkins.
Good old Benny.
You want to hang out with a guy named Benny?
Fuck yeah, dude. You know Benny's got stories.
Yep.
God.
Dude, speaking of guys you want to hang out with. So Amazon, do y'all remember the show Top Shot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazon has put all 4 seasons of Top Shot on
Okay.
Amazon, so you can fucking stream them. And I loved that show. And now it's on there, so I'm watching it all again. And I forgot about, in season 1, there's an episode where they had to do accuracy shots with a slingshot.
Oh, yeah.
So they brought out the Guinness World Record holder who shot 1,500 blind targets with a slingshot in a row.
No, were the targets blind?
Is that German dude?
No.
Because the German guy's amazing.
No.
The guy on YouTube that does all the crazy slingshots.
This was a Vietnam-era Marine,
That was his weapon of choice.
Native American, named Chief AJ.
Okay.
Chief AJ showed up in like a tiger stripe hat with his EGA on it, backwards. Slingshot in his back pocket, wallet chain,
Fuck
Big
yes.
fat chow.
fucking
Leave a bolo tie.
the big necklace that had like bones and shit hanging off of it,
Okay.
buttoned all the way up. And he comes out and he's like, well, you know, the trick to good slingshot shooting is fundamentals and having fun. And I was like, dude, I want to party with fucking Chief AJ. Like, Chief AJ is the kind of guy that like collects and boils marbles because he likes to watch the fucking glass crack. Like, he's the kind of guy with a coonskin hat because he killed a coon with a slingshot and turned him into a hat.
Fuck
like,
yeah.
He's that kind of fucking guy. And I was watching this going like, dude, if you're still around, I need to figure out how to buy you a beer because you know that motherfucker's got a story. He's going to tell me how he killed 12 VC with a slingshot he made out of a branch.
Yeah.
Like,
And one pebble.
yeah,
It's like, I took this punji stick
yeah.
and I
Turned it
wiped-
into a
I wiped the
slingshot.
shit off. And I broke that part off, and then I turned it into a slingshot.
And it wasn't
I
like
have
some
an Iraqi slingshot.
It wasn't some crazy like wrist thing either. It was like a stick with a V on it. Like, fucking, I was like,
No wrist rockets here.
no,
It's good old fashioned Dennis the Menace style.
dude was lethal. I was
Fucking
like,
A.
but the whole thing, teeth had somehow retracted into his gums. They were there, but they were only like a quarter of the size they're supposed to be. So it was
He
like
just had
everything
an
was pulled
upstairs,
back and
he had
shit.
an upstairs
Just-
mouth.
looked like a withered apple.
Yeah.
Like it was great.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that show's back. It's fucking great. That's how I'm getting through coronavirus, just watching people shoot shit for
Yeah,
no
I'm
reason.
telling you. I'm telling you.
Speaking of which, I think I'm going to the range next weekend.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Because
Yeah.
my preferential range is not public.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I get to go pick up a new pea shooter tomorrow.
Yeah. My optic came in for my 6.5.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's fucking sexy. I'm a fucking fan, but let me tell you, that bitch is fucking heavy, dude. Holy fuck, is that a heavy weapon?
Yeah.
What's up, Justin?
So apparently Chief AJ has his own hunting and fishing store. So we can shout him out.
Where?
Shout him out.
Yeah.
Where we're at.
Virginia, South Boston, Virginia. But apparently he shoots like arrows, like a bow and arrow from a slingshot.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
I just thought that was fucking wild.
That's
fucking Chief
amazing.
AJ. If you're Chief AJ, you do what the fuck you
He's
want.
shooting arrows out of a slingshot?
I need a refill.
Dude, could you imagine walking into a
like fucked
situation
up.
and you're just like, all right, everybody, and somebody just like fucking knocks an arrow into a slingshot and is like, well, let's dance, son. And you're just like, I'm fucking out because I don't know what I just saw. Like,
Dude,
fucking Chief AJ.
if the boogaloo happens, AJ's okay.
AJ, he's like, I don't need no gun. I got you right here,
I
son.
got you a slingshot, boy.
Yeah, I made these rubber bands out of the coon guts.
This is a tendon of coon gut.
Mike, I'm only pouring you half. Okay.
I was like, that ain't half.
Oh, you need to make up for the other half.
Oh, that's all we got left.
Oh, shit.
No,
Yeah, running low.
distribute.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'll just wait.
We have a backup stash.
So, speaking of what
need a
the
nipple.
fuck characters, because that seems to be the trend of the show here. Anybody got a so no shit story about somebody that you just would not believe exists?
Fuck, about 1 million, dude.
I'm trying to just find one.
Let me find a good one.
Well, because we already heard about Ninja Boy.
Fuck him. Fuck you, Weber. Fuck you. God, I fucking hate you. It's ruined my night, Jazz. It's, fuck. God, I hope he gets corona.
I just fucking love that you had you literally had Napoleon Dynamite in your fucking platoon.
Dude.
It's fucking amazing. I'm just working on my bow staff skills.
Broadsword.
Really,
really
I
into
think just
broadsword.
insert weapon here.
Yeah.
He's probably, he would have
Yeah.
been like,
Oh, that fucking guy.
I'd like to teach ninja skills.
I'm gonna find a picture of this fucking chud and show you guys. You're gonna be like, yep, that is exactly what I thought this fucking kid looked like. Oh, man.
I'm just imagining like Gomer Pyle as Napoleon Dynamite.
There's a video out there somewhere of me fucking like of him in his ninja outfit and me beating the piss out of him. Like I jump out of like he's running down a hallway, and I jump out of a side office and just fucking clothesline him and take him to the deck and just fucking choke him out. And I'm just like, ninjas ain't shit, bitch. Whoa! And I run up and I just run away. I'd love to find that video. I don't know who has it.
Ninjas ain't shit, bitch.
Let's see here. Somebody who you just wouldn't know existed.
I just wouldn't believe exists. Just some sort of like.
Well, if we had to describe Joe Biden to us 20 years ago.
Dude, if you described our current political system to me 20 years ago, it'd have been like,
fuck you.
What Hunger Games fucking story are you fucking talking about? Like, but that's where we are. That's where we are. We're living in Blade Runner at this point. Like, I just don't understand what the fuck is going on.
I don't want to talk about it because it's too close to home.
Oh, no.
But Caitlin's buddy from Mammoth.
Oh. Heard about this cat.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that because they fucking might listen. I don't know.
Hey, fuck it. That's why you should talk about it. Be like, hey, that's fucking me.
That's too close to home. I will tell you this much. Next year at Mammoth, I will be bringing an extra pair of Crocs just in case for that gentleman.
They were in his truck the whole time.
I'm going to make him wear them.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck. I don't know, Jazz. You got any fucking shit shows in your life?
Yeah, I've got a couple. I mean, I've described my ex-wife to you guys a couple times. So I don't know if I can tell that story again.
Yeah.
Some of that shit, you're just like, no.
You know what?
Like, yeah.
I got a hillbilly buddy of
Oh, you know
mine.
what? Your broadsword thing just reminded me of something.
Okay.
Yeah. So I met this cat. I'm going to preface this by saying he was a member of the U.S. Navy. So we're just going to start it right there.
Of course he was.
Yeah. So I met him while I was living in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
A lot of Navy down there.
A lot of Navy down there. Like a whole lot of Navy down there. Because that's where Norfolk is.
Yeah.
And like every major Atlantic fleet piece goes there.
Yeah.
Including that is also the home berth of the USS Enterprise.
It's true.
So I met this cat actually in a cigar store. Which I kind of thought sort of vetted him. Was
Right.
met him in a cigar store. He was in there and did what you're supposed to do when you come into a cigar store. So at the time I was managing this cigar shop, this was pre me going into, because most reps are pulled out of cigar shops. They're managers of cigar stores, and then you go become a rep because the reps get to know you and they. So, anyways,
They poach you, essentially.
Essentially, and
Same thing with bartenders and reps for like booze.
And
yeah.
the hiring process is all weird because they typically will go to the store owner first and be like, "Hey, we want to yank this guy, and we think he'd be a great rep, but we want to make sure that we're not leaving you in a bind." And blah 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 blah. So I was managing the cigar shop, and this cat walks in and did all the right things. Right, came up and was like, "Hey, I've had some cigars. I really enjoy it. Da 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 da. But I'm trying to learn. Would you mind making some recommendations? Stuff that I could get to know what I want. Sure. Do you have a price point in mind? Yeah, I want to spend between this and that. Like, did everything right." And I was like, "All right." So we get to chatting. Found out he was in the Navy because he didn't come in uniform.
Right.
Found out he was in the Navy. We got to chatting, did the whole Army-Navy thing. Da-da-da-da-da. Seemed like a relatively normal guy.
Okay.
And he was coming in frequently, became a regular. Because of where he lived, we were literally... The shop was on the way home of him leaving the ship and da-da-da-da-da. So, and they'd go out on their cruises, but the boat he was on an escort ship, so they'd only go out on like a 2-3 week cruise, and then they'd come back. And so I got to know him pretty well as a customer. Mm-hmm. So the shop that I managed had kind of an after hours thing that would happen on like Friday closings. So we'd close up at 8, and we had regular customers that would hang out after closing. So we'd lock the door. There was like 3 or 4 of them, and he kind of became part of that circle. It was guys like, do you remember the guy that I described was the amazing storyteller?
Right.
He was part of that crew.
Okay.
Another guy named Triple B who was, and actually he was a rescue swimmer and all that stuff until MS started to kind of take his ability to to do everything, but good dude. Always walked around like a pimp, had a huge cane, walking humidor in his house, great guy. Invited me to his retirement because I was the Army representation. He wanted to have every branch of service at his
told me about this
retirement.
guy.
And all this. Yeah, he was a good dude, man. Name was Triple B, good dude. I had to fucking fit my Class A's back on to fucking go to that thing, and I was like, I spent like $300 to get my uniform squared away to go to his fucking retirement. And I was like, this is bullshit. But
That ain't never gonna happen.
right.
That ain't never gonna happen because I ain't shaving.
I ain't never gonna fit.
So he's
I'm
saying
gonna get like one of the motorcycle vests where they have those like chain extenders.
There you go.
Get that from my Class
There
A
you go.
stuff.
I just got a suit. All right, I went and got mini medals made. I just
yeah,
got a
you did.
suit.
They
yeah.
look good though.
Yeah, they're fucking adorable. Aren't
They
they?
are.
They're
Super
cute.
Do you have like your ribbon rack on a suit?
No, he's got
No,
the
I
little
got like
mini medals.
mini medals.
Like on the
I-
mess uniform.
I had like my
Yeah.
mini medals made.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, on like obviously, like my ribbons are separate because they're they're not corresponding medals. But yeah,
Yeah.
You wear both?
So he showed up with his mini medals, and then fucking
I think you can. I don't know.
Do you? Okay.
homeboy showed up with his ears and his full uniform and shit. And it was ridiculous. But anyways, so
Fucking
he became
douchebag.
part of the after hours crew.
Right.
And the after hours crew was essentially we'd close up at 8:00, and we kept a couple of bottles in the back, and we'd go in the back, and everybody would pick a cigar, and typically it worked on a rotation, like whoever that week would buy a cigar for everybody to kind of smoke and enjoy, and it was typically something like a Padron Anniversario or a Davidoff or something that was kind of a treat. It wasn't your everyday cigar. It
Yeah.
was the so we kind of became part of that crew, and everything was pretty copacetic for a while. And then he comes in one day, and we're sitting there smoking cigars, and we're doing all this stuff. And as everybody was lighting a cigar, he
He's
was
like, Jazz, I'm a slap.
no, yeah, right. He was holding his hands up around our cigars and shit, like while we were lighting them. And I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he was like, and this was spring-ish time, and he was like, "Oh, well, since we're burning these plants and stuff, I'm making sure that we're saying thank you for that." And I was like, "What?" So I kind of let it slide, and I
right.
was like, "All right, whatever." Like, I appreciate a good cigar too. We'll let this one go. So then it just kind of started to progress into like, he'd come over to the house. We were smoking cigars and stuff like that.
It sounds like you got like a new age girlfriend.
So,
Like,
well, no, because like, as the manager, I didn't work on the weekends. I was just like, I'm not working on the weekends. Like, fucking, I don't have to, so I'm not
Yeah.
going to. I'm gonna schedule other people. I'm gonna stay home on the weekends. So he'd like call me and say, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I was thinking about sitting by the pool and fucking smoking some cigars and doing some drinking." He was like, "Hey, I'll bring the bottle if you have cigars." Fucking sold. Like, not a problem. So he'd show up with these bottles and stuff like that. And he showed up one time, and it had gotten you know those friends that you have that don't necessarily always announce themselves?
Right.
Like, they just kind of show up, and you're just cool with it because you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, whatever. So he showed up, and I'm in the back doing yard work. And I'm tearing all the stuff up, and he was like, did you kind of like square everything away before you ripped all those plants out? And I was like, well, like, I'm wearing gloves. I don't know what the fuck I was supposed to do, right? Because there was that fucking strawberry vine shit
like
that
I'm
just like
pulling weeds, man.
yeah, like that'll just take over and kill everything else, and I'm ripping all this shit out. And he's like, well, no, you need to like make sure that you're like thanking them for whatever. And I was like, fuck these weeds, they're killing everything else. Like, they're fucking parasitic. And he was like, well, in that case, like, we need to make sure we burn them. And I was like, dude, I'm gonna stick them in that garbage bag, fucking throw them away.
All right.
So at this point, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I don't understand what's going on. But he showed up with like a $90 bottle of bourbon, so I was like, all right.
I'll say thanks.
It'd be a little weird. Yeah. So as I get to know him more, I figure out that he's like a high druid of the new Wiccan order of this, that, and the other. And he was going to like all of these fucking summer festivals that were like these big outdoor fuck fests in the middle of the woods. And he's telling me he got like poison ivy on his asshole one time and all this shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I figured out he's a part of, let me see if I can remember this correctly, European medieval martial arts. And I was like,
Holy fuck! Was his name Weber?
and I was like, what the fuck is
What's
that?
his name? Sensei Gome. Tell me it was Gome.
And so he goes, oh, it's the study and recreation of European fighting styles. And I was like, so like swords and shit? And he was like,
waving a white flag.
yeah, and I was like, wasn't most of that warfare done with like bows? Like I know like English people were required by law to like practice with the longbow. Like every man in England was required to practice the longbow and shit.
They should have kept that alive, by the way.
Right? It's
Please tell me it was like
if that was still a thing, that would
no,
be fucking
the
cool.
fighting
what these
styles
dudes-
from like Monty Python.
So what these dudes got together is they wore fucking plate armor
Yeah.
with live steel that just had been de-edged and would just beat the fuck out of each other with like big fuck off swords and shit. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. So I went and watched it.
I would watch that.
So he asked me to go and he was like, you just come see it. And I was like, all right, whatever. I won't judge it till I see it, right? So I go. Everybody sucks. Like nobody has any idea what the fuck they're doing. It was just a bunch of fat guys.
So it was LARPing, but with actual fucking
Right.
weapons.
and I'm like, so there was no athleticism whatsoever going on. It was just like a bunch of fat guys in bad cosplay running around with fucking fake swords.
Speaking of that,
Hitting
Justin
each
just
other.
grabbed another cupcake.
And but then it got better. So then it progresses on to make extra money on the side. He was doing rune, tarot, and crystal readings for people to help them guide their energies into a more peaceful place. He was ordained by this druid thing.
Nice.
And I was like,
What the fuck?
what the fuck?
Let me see you eat that crayon, Justin.
And
We get a good pic.
so yeah,
Send it to the wife.
like this was one of those guys that nice. Even got a little on the face. That's perfect. Yeah, this was one of those dudes that you were just like, all right, you've taken I mean, it was like watching the B version of Lord of the Rings unfold in front of me. Like it was just insane and I couldn't believe it. So this dude got medically discharged from the Navy for failing to make weight 8 times.
From the Navy. Wow.
And I was like, and he was a like radio repair guy or some shit.
Right.
Like he was in charge of the network on the ship. And I was like, and you couldn't figure out how to stay in? So, and then I found out after all of this, he was actually living in a storage unit.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Was living in a storage unit
If I lived in a store,
'Cause he didn't
I
wanna-
could afford those $90 bottles of bourbon.
because he didn't want to live on the boat, which was free.
Jeez.
Well, no shit. He was getting fucking picked on.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine?
It
like,
was amazing.
Every time some dude on a smoke deck like goes to light a cigar or a cigarette, he's like holding his fucking hands up. They're like, dude, get your fucking hippie shit off me.
The only thing he hooked me up with was he got me on one of those friends and family cruises on his boat.
Oh, nice.
Where like you can go out and they go out and run around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, fuck, I've never ridden on a fucking Navy vessel or whatever. So I go out there, he introduced me to the captain and stuff like that, and I reached in and I pulled my cigar holder out and offered the captain a cigar. And he was like, these are good cigars. You a cigar smoker? And I was like, yeah, I know a little bit about cigars. He was like, you want to see something cool? Now, anytime a Navy captain looks at you and goes, do you want to see something cool? You just go,
Bye, Rob.
bye, Rob.
Producer Rob's leaving us because he's fucking lame. Your leg is lame. It's true.
Anytime a Navy captain goes,
Hate to
hey,
see you go, but I'd love to watch you leave.
Jesus Christ.
Well, half of you.
You just say yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to see something cool on this boat. So he takes me down and we go on this like walkway thing on the side of the boat. They hand me Ear Pro and directly above us is like 5-inch guns off the side of the ship. He's like, we're going to do a live fire exercise. I'm going to call it down. I was like, fuck, cool. So they do. And they're just sitting, they're just fucking rapid cycling this fucking
Nice.
gun assembly. And I'm like right underneath it. You can't breathe while it's happening
Yeah.
because it's just sheer concussion off of the whole thing. Then he's like, all right, ready? Pull your cigar out. So I pull my cigar out and he holds it against the fucking barrel of the gun and lit a cigar off of the fucking 5-inch gun on the vessel. He's like, all right, you go. And I was like, oh shit. You know, like, so
Fuck yeah.
weirdest dude I've ever met. By far the coolest way I've ever lit a cigar.
Nice.
My journey into liking cigars It's obviously come tenfold since I've been hanging out with you fucking degenerates.
I don't know
But
why.
before this, the biggest one was
White Owls and Swishers.
Even after that, because we all went through that phase.
I can honestly say I never went through that phase. My first cigar at 16 years old was a Monte Cristo Delacroix.
Well, I was a little more ghetto than you then.
I was also reading Rob Report at the time, which is how I even knew that the thing was in existence. Because they had all those awesome car articles. That's why I started reading Rob Report. Mikey's updating his Facebook right now. So
No, I was fucking reading something stupid. The guy who really got me into cigars was a Master Chief on a ship that I was on float.
Like Halo?
Yeah, like Halo. No, Master Chief Brand was his name. Brandt. Brandt. Good motherfucker.
You have to admit, if that Master Chief had come out in that armor, though, you'd have been like, all right.
So this dude, they were actually they were on the Harper's Ferry, the USS Harper's Ferry, and this was his first surface ship. He'd grown up on submarines, and he was like, I'm just stoked that I finally get an office
Grew up there, huh?
where I could fucking
So some people
smoke
adopted the
cigars and
darkness,
shit.
but
He was born in
really
it.
born
Yeah,
into it.
this dude was born in it. Good motherfucker though. And that ship is the one that took us to Iraq. Well, it took us to Kuwait to go to Fallujah in 04.
We took civilian flights and
Yeah,
got
we-
Ambien and food.
Yeah, we were floating. We were floating.
I was like, I remember an open bar. Like, I don't.
So we floated from Okinawa. Do not pass go. Do not
You
collect
should have saw the
$200.
fucking TSA guys that tried to get through security with a 240. Fuck.
No, we went from Okinawa straight to Kuwait. Like it was fucking terrible. Through 2 typhoons and a tropical storm. Like it was fucking.
Uphill both ways
Dude,
in
it
the
was
snow.
fucking essentially.
And
dude,
we
it
didn't even get our
fucking
boots
sucked.
till we got there.
Like so. But
I had some Navy guy suck on my dick. It was horrible.
right, God, drug his teeth. It was fucked up.
It was ridiculous.
So
Nobody's as aggressive as a Marine, especially when it comes to sucking dick.
So this guy though, he talked.
What makes the dick grow?
Jazz slaps. I guess I don't know. I still don't know what a fucking slap is.
Let me Google this.
You're about to fucking open up a whole ball of worms on your Google history, bro.
We're gonna get a knock on the door in 10 minutes.
You're gonna start seeing weird shit on your wish.com. I'm telling you, I'd be careful with that.
That's how you end up with a new face mask.
So no, but
And
I
we're
guess,
not talking Corona.
So we were in a 3-ship ARG, all right, and all the Master Chiefs of these 3 boats got together and they were like, "Hey,"
I'm sure they did.
they're like, "We're not leaving the Marines that we dropped off. We're gonna wait for them." So they talked to the 7th Fleet, and the 7th Fleet allowed them to stay out on float, and basically, God bless them, just did fucking gator squares in the Gulf for fucking God knows how, well, for 11 months, I know how long, until we got fucking done, and then they picked us up. They were like, we dropped them off, we want to fucking pick them up. And they were like, are you sure? That's like 3 or 4 months after your deployment time. And they're like, we don't give a fuck. They took like a vote. All the sailors on the ships were like, nope, we dropped them off. They're up there fucking fighting. It's not fair that we get to leave and some other asshole comes and
So
picks them
Taylor
up.
was definitely not on that fucking boat because that was not the kind of dedication that motherfucker showed.
100%.
Yeah.
And so, but they credit
Unless
to
you
him,
came back and like you had somebody that like threw essential oils at you and
right?
fucking
Yeah.
welched you back on the boat.
So credit to them, they fucking stayed, just doing fucking squares in the Gulf, waiting on us. Which I can't imagine how fucking terrible that was. Right? But when before that, we were like on our way there. We knew where we were going, and we knew it was going to happen.
John is actively searching for what the
I
fuck
am.
this is.
I fucking want to know
Like,
that.
watch while you're fucking just scrolling
You're
through
about
his
to fucking see some
You know the
Google
hard
shit
part.
you do
What
not
would
want
you
to see.
what would you type in to search for this?
I don't know.
First off, I'd be on Urban Dictionary. Would be
Yeah.
my first fucking stop.
I already checked Urban Dictionary, boys. All it says is good music. It's pretty lame.
That's what I said. Like,
Urban Dictionary is a fucking letdown.
Anyways,
I always check fifth definition.
so
You always want to check fifth
that's-
definition on.
Fifth definition's where it's at. That's the dude that was like, watch this. But no, they on the way there, it was funny because he's the Master Chief. He's like, the fucking command Master Chief of the boat, right? And I remember I'd be out on the smoke deck and he'd be bullshitting with me. And I was a sergeant. I was an E5. And this E9's talking to me. So I'm just, being respectful, but he was fucking cool as shit. And he was just like, hey, what's up, man? Fucking we're bullshitting and whatnot. And I was like, and I'm smoking a cigarette and he's having a cigar and shit. And then like they're transferring fuel 6 decks below us. So they're like, oh, the smoking lamp's out. And I go to, and he's like, don't put that out. You're fine. Because I just lit it. And this fucking sailor comes around the corner. And he's like, hey, Marine, you need to put it out. And fucking Master Chief turns around and goes, you need to mind your own fucking business. And the kid was just like, Roger that, Master Chief. I'm sorry. And ran away. And I was just like, yeah, fuck you, dude. I was like, fucking A.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah, you know? And like after that, though, none of them fucked with me. So when the smoking lamp went out and I was smoking, they were like, nope, that's Master Chief's homie. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I am. You know, so it was all good. So it was
Good to
cool.
be the homie.
Yeah. But he gave me a coin. I was like one of the only like below E7, I was the only guy that got a coin. Like just a good motherfucker. And when they picked us up in Kuwait after Fallujah and everything on the fucking landing crafts that came to pick us up because our vehicles were fucking destroyed. He was like the ramp dropped and he's standing there with a whole bunch of cigars.
Nice.
And just gave us all fucking cigars.
Fuck yeah.
And I guess they did stop for a while. They stopped in Bahrain, and that's where he fucking resupplied his cigar stash, apparently. But
Well, Bahrain's, you can import Cubans there.
oh yeah, I don't know what the fuck cigar was. I didn't give a fuck. I just thought it was cool
No, it's a very cool
that
move.
they went through all that shit, you know, and fucking hung out.
Yeah.
And he was standing there. He came onto the fucking shore and was like, and gave each one of us all of like the guys that he knew fucking cigar. It was like, these are
Cool.
for you. I've been holding these for you.
Speaking of Urban Dictionary, I ever tell you about the definition I submitted to Urban Dictionary and they rejected it, saying I'd gone too far?
Wow.
Yeah.
No, but I want to hear it.
Remind me to tell you about that sometime.
Was it the definition of slap?
No, it's the definition of what a Flocon De Neige is as a sex move.
Oh, say again.
The Flocon De Neige.
I'm gonna need to.
So what is?
I'm gonna need to consult with my French
what do you-
speaker, my
What do you
translator.
call, it's not just a slap.
Oh, okay.
It's not just a slap. What do you call it?
Is it slap and tickle?
I just kind of want to watch him struggle search this until.
Well, it's good. Like I even typed in some really weird, fucked up shit to get to pull up in Google, and there's nothing. So maybe you need to submit something to Urban Dictionary about this.
Gay dude classification slap.
The last time the last time I submitted to Urban Dictionary, they told me that my definition was.
My search was what
Like-
are slaps in gay terms.
Who said it was a gay term?
Well, everything else I searched before that didn't come up with anything.
Yeah, I submitted a definition to, and it said it violated the terms of service.
Wow.
Yeah, I apparently violated Urban Dictionary.
But it did pull up
for
30 kinky terms every
you
gay
can-
man needs to know.
So yeah, so they can have fucking like swamp rocket where you come in a girl's ass and she shits your dick out. That's fine for Urban Dictionary, but whatever you wrote
was too far.
was way too far.
Yeah.
That's baffling.
Yeah, for a move I invented
You're
called
welcome for that, Justin.
for the move called Flocon De Neige.
Or snowflake in French.
That's right.
See, we got a translator over here.
You do have a translator available. Yep. But I submitted it to Urban Dictionary and they said I violated terms of service.
So how do you give somebody a snowflake?
Oh, would you like to know how to perform a Flocon De Neige?
I actually would.
I kind of do.
It requires props.
Okay. Your wife is laughing. Your wife is laughing.
What props? What props? do you
Please
need?
preface this. Go get into the mic, Caitlin.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna preface this. You guys know I met Jazz in Africa.
Yeah.
Right? This was
And he
literally
gave you a snow cone?
No.
Or a snowflake?
So
That
day one I met
happened
him.
on the plane.
This is day 2.
Okay.
And we were talking about like because he was calling me snowflake. I'm not gonna get into
So the
that.
reason I was
Figured-
calling her
figured it
Snowflake is
out.
that we were walking around. We were in Burkina Faso, Africa.
Well, it's either
So we're
snowflake
walking
or
around-
AIDS.
So we're walking around and everybody kept staring at Caitlin
like motorists would pass by and like
and slow down.
continue to stare at me as they drive by, like doing the whole like.
So she looks over.
rubbernecking thing.
She
I was
looks
like-
over and she
I'm
goes,
gonna go out on a limb. It's because there's a white girl in
right.
Africa.
Yeah.
So she goes, why does everybody keep staring at me? And I went, because we're in the middle of the desert and everybody wants them a little snowflake.
Okay.
So that's how she caught her nickname
Okay.
of Snowflake. Was she was the white girl in the middle of Burkina
Which is
Faso,
what she's still
Africa.
in your phone as.
She's still in my phone as Snowflake.
Yes,
All right, so
I've
this
seen
is,
it.
This is day 2 or 3 of knowing Jazz. Like, just met him the day before. We're bullshitting around. I get my new nickname, Snowflake. And we're like, we got to turn this into, like, a sex move. And I was like, well, I can't think of anything. And he's like,
Hold
"All
my
right."
beer.
He's like, no. He literally goes, all right, give me 5 minutes. And then walks away. I swear to God, comes back a minute later. Like, he had just left, and he comes back. He's like, all right, I got it. And this is what he comes up with.
And that's when you knew it was true love.
So here's what you're going to need to acquire. You need a shot glass with extra virgin olive oil,
Yes.
a rubber band.
Okay. What's the thickness of rubber band?
You're going to want, not like a ponytail rubber band. You're going to want like a document rubber band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A good rubber band.
All right.
Yeah, like one you can rely on.
Not like that shit we were trying to.
No.
You don't want one you sat in the sun or in your car, like center console.
You're going to want
for
one
a
of those.
couple
You're going to
years.
want one of
Right.
those 1/4-inch wide ones,
Oh, okay.
like the good ones.
Like the ones you used to stretch
the
and
ones you
write
put on
stuff
a lobster claw.
Yeah,
And then it would be
the
like-
ones you put on a lobster claw, or the ones that used to hold your 201 together.
Okay. Yeah.
That kind of rubber band,
Yeah.
like a real one.
Yeah.
All right. You're going to want a fine mesh sieve
She's laughing in the bathroom.
Okay.
and a set of brogued loafers.
Oh.
Okay. Brogued loafers.
Yeah.
Yeah. With
right.
or without a penny?
Brogued loafers don't have pennies.
They don't?
Brogued
Okay.
loafers, broguing is the holes that are poked in the toe.
Come on, you classy bro. Those
That's
are boat
broken.
shoes.
You're talking about penny loafers. That's the difference. Brogued loafers are the ones that have all the perforations in them to
So boat
create
shoes.
patterns. No, they need to be like cap toe, wingtip, brogued loafers.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, male or female. Either way, works. Both of you will strip naked. One person, male or female, does not matter, will be wearing the brogued loafers to
Okay.
keep it classy.
Okay.
The rubber band is then applied to the man in order to pinch off the urethra.
So cock ringing.
Yeah, but with a rubber band.
Double
But, all right.
bandit.
So top of the shaft, head wise.
Base of the shaft.
So around the hilt.
Around the hilt,
Okay. Got it.
in front of the balls.
In front of the
In front of the. Okay. Yeah.
In front of the balls.
That's a good question, Scott. That's a good question.
The female, then, with the scissors in her offhand and the shot glass of extra virgin olive oil in her right hand, will then coat the shaft in extra virgin olive oil and continue to stroke the man up to the point of climax.
Okay.
During climax, she will then transition the scissors from her left hand to her right hand. This is important. The transition has to happen.
It has to. You can't use scissors in your offhand.
You don't want to use your offhand.
Yeah.
Has to go to the strong hand for accuracy.
That's safety. Yeah.
Safety third.
Then using the offhand, we'll take the fine mesh sieve and put it in front of the head of the shaft. Now, while all this is going on, the body position is incredibly important.
So where's the shot glass?
Hold on.
Okay.
It's empty. In reverse, up the butt.
The body position is incredibly important in order to perform this move. For the female needs to be laying flat on her back, and the man is on his knees over her, with his knees in her armpits, essentially straddling her breasts.
Okay.
Facing which way?
A dick towards her face.
Okay. Got it.
Upward.
Yep.
Got it. All right. Full mount.
Full stroke move.
Yeah.
At the point of climax, the fine mesh sieve is then transitioned to the head of the penis, in which case the scissors are used to trim the rubber band, releasing the release that will then travel through at accelerated speed through the fine mesh sieve, atomizing the ejaculate so that it snows down upon her face, neck, and chest like a flurry of snowflakes. And that is the Flocon De Neige.
God damn it, Jazz. I love you. They said that was too bad.
Apparently, I violated the term of service somehow. I don't know.
You know what happened is the guy who read that was like, fuck. No, absolutely not.
So I put up with a lot of shit at this job. I'm not writing this.
So on day 2, this was created.
Day 3 of this happened.
It was executed.
All I'm going to say is she owns a very fine set of broke loafers.
Purchased in Burkina Faso.
And they're suede without any marks on them.
Made by a 4-year-old little kid.
Oh God.
No, were you wearing the loafers or was she?
She owns broke loafers. I do not. Keeps it classy.
Well, thank you for that.
Well, fuck, boys. I don't think I can beat that.
No.
Justin, what episode are we on?
69.
This is number 38, boys.
38.
We've gone through 37 episodes, and this just now comes up. What the fuck?
The Urban Dictionary sparked the memory.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. The Flocon De Neige.
Flocon De Neige.
Yeah. Power move of the new millennium.
Dude. Listen up, all you slaps out there. Once we figure out what the fuck that means, that'll make sense. Hey, if you know what slap means, fucking DM us. I'm curious.
I think I do. I think it was a made-up term that means nothing.
Are you sure? Because Flocon De Neige means something. And on that note, putting up with my story, I'm going to say thank you for being my freedom friends, boys.
Holy shit.
You guys are some degenerates.
Dude, you ain't lying. Fuck.
And to all of you out there in podcast land, we highly encourage you to tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your mom's friends.
Yeah.
That,
I got nothing. I'm fucking done talking.
That was a great way to recover from the fucking internet bullshit story you told. So thank you for that.
Shake,
And if your mom wants to know what a Flocon De Neige is,
John's single.
call John. He's single.
And he is definitely stoked to give this one a shot.
And she likes to buy new shoes anyway.
John pulled his phone out and ordered brogued loafers while I was telling this story.
That's why he was like, so they're boat shoes? They're not boat shoes.
no, they're not. Okay. Just
Gotcha,
making sure.
gotcha.
I got them on Wish.
Did these come in a 13? I don't know.
Good God.
We highly encourage you to share, like, subscribe. And hey, you know what? Throw us a review.
Send a review out there. Yeah.
You know why? Because Scott was in the war and he deserves it.
the
Great War.
So, we
Scott's
can't
just
thank
like,
you enough
fuck
for
you guys
spending some
so
of your
much.
fucking quarantine period
I hate
fucking
being
listening
2
to
years
us.
older. Fuck you guys.
Well, how old are you, Mikey?
38.
How old are you, Jazz?
35.
I'm 37.
Yeah.
I'm 40. So 2 years older, motherfuckers.
None of us are grandparents.
There's only one grandpa sitting here,
A
but
lot can happen in 2 years.
That's fucking true.
not that much.
Especially if you're letting John practice the Flocon De Neige.
That's how you don't get pregnant. Though.
Yeah,
That's how
right.
you
The
don't
best
become
part
a
is-
grandparent.
okay,
It's safe sex. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
As soon as
You
this
might not be a
quarantine-
grandpa had your son known about the Flocon De Neige. Right?
As soon as this quarantine gets lifted, I'm gonna be shit faced in a bar and I'm like, "You heard about this snow cone de Blurge? Fucking hold my beer."
He's gonna come in here and grab
Brought my
one of
shoes.
He's gonna come in here and grab one of these
Look
pop
at this
filters and be
boot.
like, "I need to use this pop filter, boys." That's the closest thing I did to
I'll
a fine
put it back
sip.
when I'm done.
John's just gonna start trolling for girls and fucking loafers, just going like, "Hey, those are some nice shoes. You want to make some snowflakes?"
You know about the Flocon De Neige?
All we get is static out of Jazz's mic. We don't know why.
It's- what the fuck?
Why does it smell like bourbon and salt?
Why is it so bleachy? Jesus Christ. Like, share, subscribe. Fuck us.
Yeah.
Jesus
And to all of
Christ.
you out there, we highly, highly thank you for being our fucking freedom friends and listening to these fucking shenanigans on the weekly. And until next time, and please, for the love of God, during all this chaos that's going on,
Wash your goddamn hands.
wash your goddamn hands
Wash your hands, your loafers,
I have
your
to
sieve.
after that story.
and continue
God.
to smoke on, drink on, and you know what? God damn it. Freedom the fuck on.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you guys next time.
Later.